Welcome back to the Fraud Street Fandom Podcast. Last we talked, we ended week 5 of the NFL. We're getting ready for hopefully an exciting Red October. Well, let's just bury the lead. Red October's over. So,
Dead.
dead.
RIP once again.
Went up against, let's say, probably one of the best teams that I've seen constructed in the Dodgers with an endless payroll and
Yeah.
some finagling of salary and all of that. But, we can get into that into the offseason. But before we get into the actual series, kind of how the games went, I'm going to be enjoying a flying dog. I have a Mexican lager here, as well as a couple of the IPAs that'll be, batting second and third in, today's episode. Cam, what do you got?
I got Mick Ultra. Shout out Annie's dad, Paul. Bought him some beer, and that's what I had in the fridge. So brought it over.
Nice.
You know me, I got Mountain Dew.
Yeah, watch that girly figure.
Chilling out. Yeah.
So yeah, no, let's get right into it. Game one, obviously at home. We have Dodgers coming in. They just came off of victory of the Padres. So they were already playing. We had our, let's say, practice game the Tuesday before the series started. And kudos to Phillies fans for just a general practice, just walk through.
Yeah.
They had 30,000 fans show up into the park.
Insane.
And then, also shout out to the players too. Like, not only do they perform whatever to go like simulated game, but when the game concludes, like they're all hats off.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of respect. I think a lot of the Phillies fans really do enjoy this team, and I think it goes both ways.
Minus one player.
Minus one player, yeah. So, well, we'll see how long that one player lasts. So, but yeah, let's get into the series. So game one, we have Sanchez as our, opener against Otani. So we kind of saw this earlier a couple weeks ago with Otani pitching, and we couldn't hit him at all. Like he pitched 5 scoreless, I think, and they weren't able to do anything.
They didn't get a hit off of him.
Right. Thankfully, they pulled him, put the bullpen in. We were able to take care of the bullpen. That was the game I believe that they won the division on was the Otani game. So, Sanchez and Otani, they start off game one. Phillies go up 2-0 in the second inning. It's great off of Otani.
Yeah.
JT comes through with a big triple. We're all pumped, ready to go. It's like, all right, Red October. Like we were wondering, especially with Otani pitching, is the offense going to, exactly show up? And it's like to be able to put some runs on the board in the second inning and actually get on top of Otani, like was good to see.
Yeah.
So Bader follows up, JT's at third. Bader follows up with the sac fly. So we're up 3-0 out of the second inning. So obviously we're feeling great. Sanchez looks good so far. The first inning he strikes Otani out, I think, on 4 pitches, and he didn't even look like he was giving up like a real, competitive at bat, if you know what I mean. So top 6, Sanchez gets the first 2 outs, but he walks Freeman. Edmund follows up with a single and Kiki doubles to get the Dodgers on the board. So at this point, 2 runs scored. Topper ends up taking Sanchez out. He ends up pitching 6 2/3, I think. But all in all, he pitched great. Like he was getting squeezed a little bit, but for the most part, he did his job. So Robertson comes in. He gets Muncy to ground outs and the inning. So it's kind of like it's one of those things where he gets out of the situation, but Topper brings him back out for the 7th. And I don't know, like he loves to do that. I know a lot of managers love to do that, especially if they're only in there for a couple pitches. It's like, okay, well, I don't want to waste that arm for just a couple pitches. Let's get him back out there. So, and then you also have to think about it where it's like, all right, Robertson's 40 something years old. Like, is he able to sit down for a little while and
come back out?
Come back out. So he comes back out and he gives up a single to Pajes, and then he hits Will Smith.
Yep.
So Topper ends up bringing in Strom for Otani, which was basically what you would normally do anyway. Strom has good numbers against Otani, so I think that's the right move there. It's just unfortunate that you have runners on first and second when you're facing Otani. So Otani strikes out, and he was able to get Mookie to pop up. So you're already out. Give runners on first and second. 2 outs, and then this has been one of those things that's always killed this fucking team. Teoscar comes up. You have runners on first and second, and I don't know if you guys saw the video, but you literally have Pajes like positioning himself. Strom holds the ball off of his body, so you can clearly see into his glove whatever grip he has, and you can see Pajes just motion like a little arm motion to Teoscar, and it doesn't need to tell him where the pitch is. It's just more of, all right, what pitch is coming
Yeah.
based on grip. So Teoscar, well, obviously it was a bad pitch anyway. It was
Let's
up
say
and
he
in the
missed
zone,
the
and
rotation.
he missed his
Okay,
spot. But
that
it's
was
like
better.
if a professional hitter understands what pitch is coming, it's going to make it a lot easier for them to actually hit it. So,
Yeah.
long story short, he hits a 3-run home run, which basically puts them ahead 5-3. So, I mean, it's annoying because why can't we ever take advantage of those things? Like it happened earlier in the
I
year
don't
to
think
us.
so either.
Like Luzardo had the same kind of thing where
Yeah.
there was a
Multiple
time where,
times.
yeah, he was like tipping pitches, and I don't know if you noticed it, but like ever since then, like he holds his glove kind of around his body a little bit to where
Mhm.
you can't see his grip at all. So
Yeah.
I think it's something that they certainly saw and they fixed, but why hasn't Strom fixed it? Why haven't any of these pitchers like followed through where it's like I don't know.
Why don't
It
we
just
do it
drive
offensively?
yeah,
Yeah,
it
exactly. Why
it
aren't we
just
doing it better?
drives me
Right.
nuts that, like, we never take advantage of it, but you could see it clear as day of, yeah, he just
The
tipped
the
what
only
pitch is coming
time
in.
I recall the Phillies doing it offensively was against McCullers in the World Series.
Yeah. Yep, they
Like,
knew them
Bryce was like,
curveballs.
"Hey,
But it's not
look at
somebody
the
at
way he
second,
sets
it's
up."
like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was something in the
Yeah,
dugout where,
exactly.
"Hey, look at this. When you see this, you know what's
Yeah.
coming," but
Well, the
okay.
problem is too, you gotta get a guy on second to be able to see
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
see behind the pitcher
That
Well,
too, so
to be
that's
fair,
the other
we're
problem.
pretty good at getting guys on base. It's
right.
just
Just
getting them
Scoring
in.
them is the
getting them in after,
problem.
yeah.
So, yeah, so he obviously hits the home run, and, at that point you haven't done anything since the second inning. So it was
Yeah.
nice to get on the board, but it's like, all right, let's tack on a little bit. And they just wasted opportunity after opportunity. Um, so, it's one of those things where like, you get into the bottom eight, Stott strikes out, Trey ends up working a walk. Schwarber comes up and strikes out. Harper
Yeah.
singles and Bohm walks. So we end up having the bases loaded.
Yeah.
2 outs, but bases loaded. Vizia comes into pitch, and Sosa comes in for Marsh. And at this point, it's like, all right, Sosa, don't try to hit the fucking ball out of the
Just
ballpark, which
single.
everybody
So
wants to fucking do, it seems
Yeah.
they
like.
try
That's
too
another thing that
hard, yeah.
drives me
Yep.
nuts. It's like a little single here ties the game up, and it keeps the inning going, keeps the momentum on your side. But he flies out to center to get out of the jam. So it's one of those things that's always killed this team where they're always looking for the long ball. And someone made a good point. I think it was on the radio, and they were like, "How much do you think the home field advantage and then having just the fans so like energetic over a home run that they
Yeah.
just want to have that big hit?
Because they think if they get that, then it's like, "Oh, it's
It's
game
going to be
over." Like, we got
mayhem or
all the
whatever,
momentum
right?"
in, yeah. Loud
Well,
as shit and everything.
guess what? A fucking single is gonna do the same damn
Exactly,
thing.
they're
Yeah.
gonna be
Like,
happy
you
if you
don't have to
score.
hit the
Yeah,
goddamn ball out of the
right.
ballpark to get that kind of, like, energy, you know? And it was one of those things where, like, you know, it
Plus, right before that, Sosa in the one of the last games had the 3 home run game at
Yeah.
home, so he's thinking like, "Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah,
just
and
got to
I'm a
go
I
home
can
run
come up
hitter.
here and hit
It's like,
another one." Yeah,
no,
it's like,
how
"No,
about we
like,
just choke up on the
relax."
bat, put the
Yeah,
ball in freaking play, and
I mean, he's also like trying to show that he can be a bat
everything.
a
in the
good at
lineup.
bat, yeah,
Like
a good
he's
pinch hit
trying
at
to do
bat.
this. He's not trying to be a bench guy, not trying to be a pinch hitter all the time. But you know what? Again, at the end of the day, all you need to do is just put the ball in play, you score a run.
Yep.
But or put the ball on the grass and you're good.
Mhm.
But he flies out to center and
Yep.
the
Yeah,
game
inning
over.
over. So,
Yeah, or any over.
another thing that was a little odd that you could tell that, Dave Roberts was kind of playing this game as like a must win, it seemed. Because just based on how it like Otani starts and then he throws Glasnow in for a couple innings, which
Yeah.
was odd to see because it's one of their starters. And then, he closes his game out with another starter that, the
Sasaki,
Dodgers,
yeah.
they bring Sasaki in to close out the game. And Sasaki's fucking filthy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially as a closer. And it just like we kind of mentioned it before of like early in the off season before the season even started, it was like just anybody and everybody free agent wise was signing with the Dodgers. And they had like this elite super team.
Yeah.
Well, throughout the year they battled injuries and just, lack
Their
of
bullpen's been
performance
bad
and
too.
their
Yeah,
bullpen's been bad,
yeah.
but that's evident on what Roberts did here.
Yeah.
It's
Right,
like
no,
I'm
that's
not
what I
gonna
mean,
let
yeah,
my
like,
bullpen
he's
blow
like, "I'm not
this
letting
game.
Yeah.
China come in here and
I'm gonna
hit
put
everybody."
Glass now in. I'm gonna put Sasaki in, who are normal starters. Because I mean, we talked about it before too. It's like, what does our rotation look like?
Yeah.
In this type of a series where you only need 3 starters, technically, where do the other guys fit into the bullpen and
Yeah.
like how do they actually pitch? So I think Roberts was looking at this as 100% must win, especially when you're up 5-3. It's like let's just close this one out, get one on the road, and they're able to do it. So
Yeah.
Phillies end up losing 5-3. I think some of the biggest news out of that game was the Harrison Bader injury, and I
Yeah.
think that trickles down to the rest of this series.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you not only lose an elite center fielder defensively, but you also lose speed and honestly, probably one of the better bats on the lineup,
Since he's been here, yeah, he's been one of the best hitters on the team.
whether it's production or also just working good at bats.
Yeah.
So you basically take that person out of your lineup and you're kind of forced to, okay, now we're playing Marsh in center and we're kind of putting pieces where we have to because we have nobody else.
Also,
Um,
do you think Matt Strom got his, Teoscar Hernandez card signed?
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
I don't
probably
know.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Probably.
He had time, so he loves that when he gets a home run hit off him. He's like, "Give me that card."
So, moving to game two, I wouldn't say it's a must win, but it would be nice for the Phillies to actually show up and win one at home because
Yeah.
honestly, the record hasn't been great as of late. Dating back to the Diamondback series, I think they lost the last two there. They lost, I think, one or two to the Mets, and then they lose the last one. So I think it was like four of the last five they've lost at home in this,
Yeah.
home field advantage that everybody talks about.
Yep.
So Luzardo takes the mound against Snell. Snell pitched amazing against us a couple
Fucking
weeks ago,
feeling now, dude.
and he dealt again.
Yep.
It was honestly a pitcher's duel. Both pitchers went six scoreless. Luzardo, he comes back out in the seventh. It's funny how you like look at this because it was kind of evident throughout the year. Like Topper would always leave the guys in for one more inning or
Also,
one inning too long.
yeah, the crazy stat that I saw during this game about Luzardo, because I was like, you got to pull him because he's bound to break.
Yeah.
You look at they showed it on the broadcast. His like batting average against as the third time through the lineup
Mhm.
is like 180. The first time through the lineup, it's about like 300, but
Yeah.
then later on, he like locks in.
And that's the thing that we always said. It's like if he can get
And
through that first inning,
yeah,
which I think he did have a little trouble in the first
He
inning, but
did,
once he
yeah,
got through it, like
yeah,
he just, like
he
you said,
locked in.
locks in.
Yeah,
And
but it's just like incredible that like no matter what, like it's Thompson, he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't at this point, right? Like
right,
Sanchez, we think like some people are saying leave him in, right? He didn't. He pulled him early, and then it came back to bite him.
yep,
Luzardo, it's like, oh, he's only 82 pitches. You got to keep him out there. Well, it came up to bite him.
yeah. So basically, what ends up happening is top of the seventh, he gives up a single to Oscar and then double to Freeman.
Yeah,
So the thing that I always hate, and we talked about this before, I don't know why Topper, like, I think he's run out of people that he trusts in the bullpen, and it's a very few
it's
people. I think it's
clear.
Duran, and
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
So he brings Kirkering in with runners on, which has always been a
Yeah.
Every
recipe for disaster.
seems like every single
Foreshadowing
time
right
they
there
score.
for this
Yeah.
to come.
So so Kirkering comes in, runners at second and third, I believe. He gets Edmund a strikeout. And then he has Kiki hits a little dribbler. So again, another good pitch, just conveniently placed to where
Yeah,
Trey can't get to it in time, throw the ball home. JT's not blocking the play. Teoscar scores. They review it, but it stands.
yeah,
So there's your one run um, for Teoscar. So and he follows up. Muncy walks. That's the other thing that kills this team is just walks
can't
when
walk. Yeah,
you can't walk people. You can't give away free bases. But he was able to come back, get Pajes to pop up, and um, so two outs, you have two on, and Will Smith comes up and hits a single to score two more. So they end up, you know, they end up taking Kirkering out, and they put Strom in for Otani, which has been, for the most part, he's had his number. So Otani gets the best of him this time, has a single, so they're up 4-0 at this point.
yeah,
So, and I think we're in like the seventh or eighth inning. So Um, Sheehan comes in for Snell in the seventh, so they take Snell out after 6 innings of one hit ball. His final numbers were 6 innings pitched, one hit, 9 Ks. So
yeah,
I'm surprised they actually pulled him,
Yeah,
honestly.
no,
But
I was
um, Sheehan comes in the seventh, and it doesn't really matter. It's 1-2-3 inning, so not much fight out of the club there. But we get down to the bottom of the eighth. Kepler actually comes up and was able to put bat on the ball, hits a
yeah,
triple. So the good thing was right after that, Turner comes around and hits a single, brings Kepler in. So all right, hey, we finally got a fucking run. But
yeah.
prior to this inning, I'm pretty sure it was raining boos in Philly.
oh,
Like
yeah.
this offense
Oh
was
yeah,
just complete shit, and it's like it didn't seem like they had any fight, any Nothing.
Just bad at bats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not even like
Like quick outs, like one pitch,
competitive at
Yep.
bats.
Mhm.
Like it was very frustrating offensively. I'm sure obviously Snell, clearly he's been on one, right? Like,
Yeah.
he dealt against the Reds, dealt against us. We can talk about it later on, his performance against the Brewers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's just back to his Cy Young fucking self, right? Like it's crazy.
Yep. No, and it's another person that they added in the offseason that,
Yeah.
he's with the Padres last year and he had a, let's say, mediocre year.
Mhm.
But he comes to the Dodgers and he turns it on when it counts the most.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're able to put a run across the board, which was finally nice to see. But then you follow up Trey's single with a Schwarber strikeout, go figure,
Yeah.
and then Harper flies out in the inning. So we're able to put one on the board. We're 4-1. But you would hope that they could try to put a little bit more.
Well,
Just
with
to
the top of
let's
the
get back
lineup too.
exactly, and that's the thing. It's like
those are
you're
your
hoping that they're going
guys.
to show the hell up.
Yeah.
So interesting kind of move here. Duran comes in 4-1 game. You're down 3. It's not the
Yeah.
other way around.
Yeah.
I don't
And they play
understand
his damn entrance music.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. That's the dumbest
So
thing
and
I've ever
then
seen.
rightfully so, Philly fans boo the hell out of it. And it's like it's clear, Duran, we're not booing you.
Yeah.
This is not
Stupid.
the time for this dumbass fucking like intro.
They're frustrated because, they're paying good money to go watch a playoff game and expecting to be able to make a difference and see the guys show up, and they're not showing up, so
And
they're playing
see
bad
that
on the
intro
field.
with a 4-1
Yeah.
lead,
You'd
not
be like, hell yeah, we're winning
And
this shit.
and honestly, like, one thing, I mean, it didn't necessarily come back to bite the Phillies, but it's like we probably should try and preserve Duran and not let the hitter see him, but we also need to preserve the lead because Thompson can't trust anyone out of that fucking bullpen.
well, we kind of saw that in the World Series, remember,
Yeah,
against
Alvarado,
the Astros.
yeah.
It was Alvarado and Jordan. And
Yeah.
it was like, if you see the guy, we talked about this
Saw him
before.
3
If you
days
see
in a
the
row.
guy, the 4 or 5 times
Yeah.
throughout a series,
You're
you're
gonna
going to
get
catch on to something.
Yeah.
So,
You're
Well,
gonna
this is
figure it
also
out.
the game where Rob said that everybody was available except for Sanchez. So
Yeah.
then it was like, so why are you using the closer down 4-1?
right, exactly.
Just use
So-
someone else that that's not your closer. Yeah.
Well, and as you said, Cam, it didn't come back to bite him. Duran was able to get out of the inning pretty easily. I think there was a couple hits here, but at the end of the day, he was able to get through it with no damage. So Trainin, I think that's his name.
Trinan.
Yeah.
He comes in to close out the ninth, or originally close out the ninth.
Yeah.
So Bohm comes up, singles, JT doubles, and then Casty doubles to score 2. So right out of the bat, we're back in it.
Yep.
4-3, fucking Banks going wild. They're ready to go. So Casty's at second. Topper has a brilliant idea, which I'm not going to lie, I was kind of in favor of having Stott bunt Casty over to third. There's no outs. At the time I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, I get it. You have the bottom. You're the home team. So you
Yeah.
always have that last at bat. You have the momentum somewhat on your side. If you could tie the game and try to extend from there, yes. At the time I agreed with it. But after kind of what ended up happening, Mookie just being an elite shortstop that he is, and the fact that Casty's probably one of the slowest players we have on the team. Bunt ends up, or Stott ends up putting down pretty decent bunt, not as much as you would like, based on the Dodgers playing it the way they knew what was going to happen. They played it that way.
They had the wheel play set
And you
up.
could see it. You could see it happening on the first
Mookie-
one.
And you would
Going
think,
crazy.
like, after he pulled back on the first one, they would be like, okay, they're doing the wheel play.
They're
And
set to go
Topper
third,
talked
yeah.
about this, and he was saying that, if they see them doing this, they're supposed to pull back and try to hit the ball. The one thing that I was always questioning, I was like, why didn't he try to bunt it to first or with him to first?
So that's my whole thing with. So my take on this whole thing and why I thought it was very stupid was you have all this momentum. You're going to come up here with Stott. The crowd's going ape shit for his walk-up song.
Mhm.
Remember the Marlins playoff game
Right.
when he hit that fucking home run? Like that was insane. It was like it gives you goosebumps type shit.
Yeah.
And he comes up there. Thompson just clearly does not trust him to do anything against a right-handed pitcher
Mhm.
or a lefty. I'm sorry. Yeah. So he just never trusts him to do anything. So he's like, all right, bunt. And then Stott puts the bunt down. You take it to fucking first. Don't put it to third where you're wanting the runner to go.
Mhm.
Because you saw the play happen, develop. Like you have Muncy running straight in.
Yep.
Freeman's running straight in. And then Mookie's wheeling back around Casty to get to third. So clearly you saw it on the first try and they just didn't adjust to it. And I'd much rather Stott just ground out the second like he always does.
Yeah.
Like
because you're still going to move the
you're
runner.
better. You're better at grounding out the second than bunting.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's just
No,
It just
yeah,
blew
and
my
like I
mind.
said,
It's so frustrating.
at the time, I was good with it, but then after thinking about it and obviously seeing the result of the play,
Well, yeah,
it's like,
hindsight,
yeah,
obviously, but
but
just terrible.
yeah, but the thing that I was always asking, I'm like, all right, I'm good with the bump, but why not take it down first base
Drag
line
bunt.
with you?
Just
Yeah,
just drag it down. I don't get it. I mean, it was a great play by Muncy, right?
yeah,
Like
great play by Muncy, great play by
he
Mookie.
came in, yeah, and Casty,
Just being slow. Well, the other thing about Casty is like, there's not nobody's at second.
Right. So
Nobody's at
why
yeah,
second.
yeah,
Why don't you just go back to fucking second?
yeah.
You
Or
know?
also Casty luckily was safe at second because he should have been out because
Yeah,
the dude
Oh,
just missed
right.
the tag
Yeah, yep,
anyway.
yep.
So like that's like a ball don't lie moment there.
yeah. But it's
But
like
it's just
if you
it's
see the
so
wheel
so
route going
annoying.
and he bunts the ball down, like just go back to fucking second.
Yeah.
And it's like there's
Take
nobody
the out.
there. Like you see Mookie gets the ball. Now if you get back to second, now you have first and second, nobody out.
Yeah.
And you have the top of the lineup coming back up.
It comes
So
down to more of that analytics stuff is what Thompson saw. He was like, "Oh, it's a lefty, let's bunt it and try to get," and then he said,
yeah,
"You're
and it's
trying to
like
play for the tie because you're home."
Well,
And
that's
I'm like,
also some bullshit. Like,
"Y
what are you
right,
talking about? Like,
yeah,
playing for the tie. Like, what are you
yeah."
doing?
Like,
We're
"No,
not playing
you
for the
got,
tie.
like you said,
We
the
need to play for
momentum."
the
well, it
win.
was more
Right.
so I agree playing to tie the game. You're not playing for
Yes.
the tie, but you're playing to
Yes.
tie the game so you
Yeah.
can extend it through.
But
And that's what I was saying is like in my mind, you just came back from four. You
yeah,
score 4 runs
for
if you tie
yeah,
the game.
Yep.
Momentum's on your side.
yeah,
The only downfall of that is all right. What are you doing with the bullpen? Because you've
yeah.
already used Duran, you've already
That's
used.
yeah,
So and then if they come back and say everybody's available, it's like all right. Well then now we bring in Ranger or whoever to close this game out.
Or
yeah.
Bueller, who
Um,
has
or
experience doing it.
Bueller, yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't pitch at all
Oh
He
this year.
didn't
yes,
pitch at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? We
Right.
didn't
Yeah.
fucking see him at
See him
all.
at
No,
all.
we
Yeah.
saw Kirkering the
All
whole
he did,
fucking time.
was pitch great.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just you say like he said his reasoning was he thought that our bullpen was a better spot than theirs.
Mhm.
Their bullpen's garbage. All they kept doing was bringing out starters to
Yep.
be their bullpen
Yep.
guys. Who would we have out of our bullpen at this point? I mean, what Tanner Banks didn't pitch yet.
yep.
Who's actually
Walker
been better
Buehler.
with
Wa-
runners on than
Yeah.
But
Kirkering or anybody
Thompson
else.
has
Strom, like
Walker would
yeah.
have
Thompson
been
has his
Walker would have been
guys.
available. Bueller would have been available, or so yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
so
just it's
And
crazy
that other guy,
that he
the other
made that
lefty,
comment about it. Like
Tim
it's just
Mazzari or the
Tim
Pirates.
Miza, yeah.
Miza, yeah. He would
I
have
didn't
But
think he was going to see the
no,
field.
no,
I was
but
surprised. Like
I
we'll
mean, he
get
was on
to
the
it. I'm
roster.
surprised
Yeah.
Taiwan
yeah.
made the freaking.
Yeah.
But regardless, just that whole sequence is just like Thompson, like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
But it's also execution though too. It's
No,
like he
absolutely.
said it also. It's like
Yeah.
all right, if they see that the wheel route is big, which they clearly did after the first
Yeah.
attempt at it and it didn't go through. All right, I got to pull up. So it's a little bit on the players too.
No,
And the
for
fact
sure.
like all right, so this kind of comes back to what we were saying with the Bader thing. So Bader ends up coming into pinch hit. Obviously he didn't start the game. He gets a single, big single. So now you have runners, I believe it's first and second because it was hit pretty well. So now you have Weston Wilson coming in to pinch run for him. So it's like he comes in for the bat, but he can't run.
Yeah.
How much is that? How much of that is dictated by him just being injured? Of not being able to. Okay, because typically you might pinch run for Casty there if you have Bader playing center field, and okay, maybe Weston Wilson's pinch running for
Yeah.
Casty. He's your defensive replacement. Now you have a little bit more speed on second as opposed to Casty's slow ass.
Yeah, it's just a whole the Bader injury really fucked the whole outfield
Yeah,
it
because
did.
our outfield is garbage
And the whole
he was the
plan.
only one that was playing
Mhm.
well. Kepler started to make a little bit of an impact, obviously at the triple earlier in the game, but
Well, I mean,
it's
and you look
it's
at the
just so
numbers of the
bad.
offense, like, and we'll get to it eventually, but like Casty had a big hit to
Yeah,
score some
yeah.
runs. Kepler came up big. Like Marsh had a couple sack flies, but he was garbage the
Fucking
whole
dog shit.
freaking time. But it's like Bader in the few moments that he had, he actually performed with a single there and like good at
Yeah.
bats and taking that
He
person
can't
out of your
even he has
lineup.
one leg and
Yeah.
he can get a hit.
Yeah. And like you have guys with two fully functional legs and they just can't even put the bat on the ball.
It's awful.
So yeah, first and second, Kepler ends up grounding into a fielder's choice. So now your runners at first and third with 2 outs, and they bring in the true closer. So it's a little bit
Yeah.
on Dave Roberts of like, dude, why do you even let it get this far? With trying and
Yeah.
like, why didn't you just put Sasaki in the first place? So Sasaki comes in. Turner actually put a pretty good bat on the ball, just right at Edman. Edman tried to give it to us with a terrible throw to first. Good
Yeah.
pick. Good pick by Freeman.
Dude, that's
Um,
such the like worst acting by Freeman. That play was not difficult. Any first baseman makes that play. He falls over, embellishes in the moment. Fuck that guy. That was not a good play. That was just some bullshit that Freddie Freeman's trying to make like, oh, I made this great play. No. That was a normal fucking play
That's not
on a
your
bad
Philly
throw.
homerism, is it?
It was a normal play on a bad throw.
But yeah, long. Well, I guess yeah. Phillies end up losing 4-3.
Yeah.
So Sasaki comes in to get the save. So now you're down 2-0. You lose both games in Philly. So at this point, some people on the pod are like, "Oh, they're done. Fuck them."
Oh yeah, I was sorry about that. Yeah, yeah.
I say,
No,
who was that?
I was pretty done Saturday after they blew that because I was like, this looks exactly the same team we've seen in the first round.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I was very disappointed how they performed at home. Yeah.
well, especially the big three. I mean,
exactly, the
Turner
big
had
three.
the one single to drive in a run, game 2, but you haven't seen anything from Harper or Schwarber. They didn't done jack shit. I'm pretty sure Schwarber's still striking out from games
Yeah.
1 and 2.
I mean,
It's
all we talked
pathetic
about
at
is
bats,
home
and
field. It's like get home field secured up that you have the best home field advantage in all of baseball. Is what we were all saying. Everybody was saying leading up
Mhm.
to that, and then to play like you did, it's just like now we've done nothing with home field, and we give it to the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers even said
when I got to run
like
the
it's
next 3.
hard. They said it's hard to win in Philly. They said we were surprised that we took 2 out of
Mhm.
here. It's like one of the hardest places to win. That's what Freeman was saying after the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, and it's like you can hear from kind of even just after the series and kind of like throughout the series, there is a respect that the Dodgers have
Exactly.
for this team. So they, some are saying that like this is their World Series, which, a lot of people were saying that this is whoever wins this series is going to
It's
probably
gonna
win the
probably
World
win the
Series.
yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be true just based on kind of some of these other teams like the Mariners, they look they look like they're on fire.
The Brewers.
Even the Brewers look really good. So we'll see what ends up happening, especially with the Brewers and Dodgers playing in the NLCS. But
Yeah.
what you wanted to do is actually have your big guys show up at home, and they did not.
Nope.
So moving to game 3. I actually liked what Topper did here with the pitching staff. Obviously, Nola this year's been kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
He ended the season really well on a high note against a Double-A Twins team.
Yeah.
But hey, take good vibes when you can get them. So Topper starts with Nola. He goes 2 innings, gives up just 1 hit, 3 Ks. So
Mhm.
looks good. At the time, I'm thinking keep him out there.
Right,
Like let
exactly.
him
Yeah.
stay out there. And even more so when Ranger comes in and first pitch
Yeah.
gives up a home
It's
run
like
to
a
Edmund.
plan
And I
wor
was
that
like,
plan
See,
worked
this
out.
again,
Yeah.
Thompson stand if he does, stand
Yeah.
if he doesn't. 'cause
exactly.
Like,
we all
great
know
plan,
that
yeah.
Nola would have done the same thing. He would have
Exactly.
gave
Yeah.
up the home
It
run
wasn't
too.
the RAV
Like,
4th inning, but
Right,
yeah,
it was
it
getting there.
eventually
It was
happened,
leading
yeah.
to that.
would have happened regardless. So it's just bound to happen. But yeah, it's
So
just
yeah.
it is what it is. Like it's just insane that it just continues to happen this way.
Mhm.
At least.
But it, in typical Ranger fashion, he settles in. Like he works through he finds ways to like work through jams, like ground balls, big double plays, things like that. I will say the defense was really good behind him
Yeah.
that day. Like Trey and Stott had some great plays in the infield
Yeah.
to, not only turn 2, but also get lead runners at second base. And, it was very impressive. So he settles in for, he throws another 5 innings after Nola. So that takes you to the point of the game that you want to, the 8th, ninth inning. To
Mhm.
kind of set you up for the closers that you somewhat can trust. Um, so he goes 5 innings. He gives up 5 hits, like we said, working out of some jams and stuff. Only 1 earned, which was the, home run to Edmund and, 4 Ks. So a typical Ranger kind of moment, but he's just so cool under pressure.
Dude, he's
yeah,
It's insane how he
he,
could just be
he's
even
so
keeled.
like I don't know, ice in my veins type shit.
Yeah.
Like I know that's a basketball thing, but the dude's incredible, right?
Mhm.
Like the biggest moments, he just locks in and he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't smile. He doesn't cheer. He
Yep.
doesn't
He
do
just
any
has
of
like
that.
that
He's
weird
just,
smirk on his face.
yeah,
Yeah.
he just goes, whatever it is, what it is. And that's just, he's incredible at it.
Yep. So, yeah, moving on, Ranger pitches really well. Um, again, not so much run support. Yamamoto was going for the Dodgers. Um, so top 4, Schwarber finally gets a hold of one, and I don't know if that ball's landed yet.
Yeah. That's Matt Stairs.
Yeah, so he absolutely crushes that ball. I think it was like 450, but I think that was an understatement. I think it was a lot lot further than that. Um, and then you know, so that gets us on the board. It kind of gets the it seems like it gets the offense going a little bit. Where it feels like okay, the pressure's kind of off of them, if you know what I mean. So, you have Schwarber hit that home run, big home run against Yamamoto, and then it seems like after that the offense, kind of Harper follows up with a single, Bohm with another single. Harper being typical Harper, he's trying to turn it first to third. He forces an errant throw,
Yep.
so he was able to get a run there. The ball goes into the dugout, but not only does he get the run there, Bohm now goes to third.
And I mean, everything was working. It was like finally the offense is doing what we want. This is what we
Yeah,
want to
put
see.
put some
But
pressure
wait
on
till
him.
game 3 to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and it was weird because it's like you look at the home run that he hits, and it's like, all right, well, what does that do for the rest of the guys? And it seemed like at least for this game, they settled in fairly
Yeah.
nicely.
They were
So,
hey guys, this is our game. We have a chance. Why not us? All those slogans they wanted to use, and I was like,
yeah. So Marsh comes up, he hits a sac fly. The story of his series of just nothing but sac flies. And at this point, it's Phils are up 3-1. Um, you know,
And then we see
we see Dave Roberts do something a little bit unorthodox, following in his starter mentality. He brings Clayton Kershaw in for a couple innings, and the Phillies finally were able to get to him. JT starts off one of the innings, the eighth inning with a home run, huge hit. JT was probably one of the best bats that we had in this
Yeah.
series,
He was incredible.
and we wouldn't have expected it. We I think the story this year with JT has always been, well, anything that he does with the bat is a plus. What he does,
the
with the
catching,
pitching and catching, with the pitching staff and catching and stuff, that's what we're
was what
paying JT
you're like.
for right
That's
now.
right. And it's contract year, so it's like, hey, this is the same with
Yeah.
Suarez. It's like, oh man, these guys want to get some money.
So he hits a home run, and then after a few singles, moving some runners, Schwarber comes back up again and hits basically a lazy fly ball that finds its way out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
So at this point, the Phillies are up 8-1. So finally, just open it up a little bit. And what I'm thinking to myself, it's like, all right, hopefully this team woke up and they're ready to fucking go. So Taiwan comes into the game, like we mentioned before. That was not on my bingo card. I've had
Right.
Taiwan
He
come in
actually
to
got
pitch.
innings in the
Yeah,
playoff.
so he came in. A couple unlucky,
Gave
bad.
up less earned runs than Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah,
Dude, the announcers were writing like his obituary.
Well, it
They were
was.
like,
He will not see the
no,
mound
they were like,
unless the Dodgers are
dude,
up by
this is
15.
another playoffs, another. He's one of the greatest pitchers of all time. His
Yeah.
ERA is
God,
like
they would
8.
shut up about him.
Oh
It
my
was
god, they were just.
He is not going to see the mound unless they have a 15-run lead because holy shit, he was bad.
And they felt bad. They're like, they're still leaving him out here and just letting him get beat up. And I'm like, so
Do
what?
it.
Who cares? He's a
Ruin
Hall of
that
Fa-
postseason
Yeah,
ERA.
he's a Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
well, he's already terrible in the
Oh,
postseason
he's always
anyway.
been. Yeah, he's
So,
always been dog shit.
but yeah, he comes in. We beat up on him a little bit, which is good to see, especially as Phillies fans. But yeah, I mean, they end up coming away with the win, which was huge.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, all right, well, hopefully this team woke up, like I mentioned, and they take this momentum. It's like there's no day off; they're coming right back in the next day.
Mhm.
So, the next day we have Sanchez back on the mound again, which after game one, I'm like, all right, this is great. Like, at least give us a shot. We already saw Glass now at home for a couple innings, so they already have a good look on him just
Yeah.
recently. Like, all right, offense is rolling after this 8-2 victory. You have Glass now, who you just saw, like we talked about it too, where Yordon, you know, Alvarado, you see him too much, see him a couple times, it's like you get a little book or
Yeah.
at least a strategy or game plan. But
Sense of what's to come, basically. Yeah.
that didn't that didn't come to fruition. I mean, this game 4 is probably one of the best pitched games I've seen in playoff history.
Yeah.
Not mostly for the Phillies, and it's funny. I'll get to another game after that was kind of the same thing, but it was good defense, good pitching. Sanchez ends up going 6 1/3. He gave up 5 hits, only 1 run, but 5 Ks. And Glass now goes 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 8 Ks. So
Yeah.
it was a pitcher's duel all the way to basically the end of the game. Both teams will end up scoring in the seventh. Casty doubles in Kepler, which again, the guys that you don't expect the run support from, but
they were
they're
doing it.
coming up in clutch moments, and like they're actually the ones producing. Not so much the guys at the top of the lineup that you would hope would show up. Um,
Harper had a dog shit series.
yeah. and Schwarber too.
Schwarber minus
Take
the
out the 2 home
meaningless
runs.
or the
Yeah,
first
well,
home run was meaningful. The second one was meaningless.
second one was meaningless. I 100% agree.
Yeah, but
And
just not great out of
The
your
top
guys,
three,
out of the
especially Schwarber coming up to a contract year, right? Like,
yeah, and it's like I'll give it to Trey. Like Trey had a couple good hits. He could have been a lot better. His defense was pretty good. I thought
yeah,
all series,
there were some plays out there where he didn't make them, and
but he also
but they
made
didn't really come
some
back and bite us in the
very
ass, so,
good plays.
yeah, I also like I was talking with Kenny, one of our listeners, about this, watching the games with him, and he actually brought up a good point that I never really thought about is why don't we put Stott to short and move Trey to second?
Because Trey doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the
he
same
fucking
thing.
needs
They
to.
were talking
That's the
about
same
that at
thing
the
with
beginning of the
Trey.
year.
Also,
Yeah,
it's like with the outfield and stuff. And
that was
Hey, Mookie's a fucking shortstop against that you're playing against, and he was a Gold Glove outfielder.
yeah,
So
Mookie's
he
just a
plays
stud
second,
in
he plays
general.
short, he plays
it's
he
insane.
guy
plays
is so
wherever
Play
is
any
needed.
position he wants. It's
So
just-
Trey, fucking pack your bags and move to second base.
Yeah, I mean, and I'd
Because
be all right
Stott's a
with it.
damn good shortstop, man.
I
Like,
think Stott's a
he's
damn good fielder altogether.
yeah.
And
So if we're gonna keep Stott around, he's not gonna do anything offensively. We
Mhm.
might as well utilize the best defense we can.
Yeah.
Put him at short.
But I mean, through this series, I don't think Trey's defense
No,
cost us
it
anything.
didn't. No, it was Thompson's bullpen management and the top of the lineup not showing up.
Oh, and I also think the bullpen and not having a true trust factor in any of the guys kind of puts Thompson in a tough position
But
to where
you gotta
I
fucking
can't
let
pitch
him
Duran.
try.
yeah, right. Yeah.
If you're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
roll
it's back to your thing. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yeah,
So
but
Well, like we just
he
said, Bueller never used them once.
he's
Like,
running the same guys out every
Yeah.
game, and it's like they're going to understand how to hit these guys, but you keep doing it.
yeah,
And it's infuriating to watch him continually make the wrong decision with the pitching.
well, let's get into it because I think that he made some pretty good moves with the pitching, specifically in this game.
Well,
so
yeah, later on,
Yeah,
yes, yeah.
like especially to extend the game. Yeah.
I mean, you go into so Sanchez comes into the seventh inning, gets Will Smith to ground out. He gets squeezed a little bit actually a lot of bit on a third call
Bullshit,
strike to Alex Call. I said to one of my buddies, literally, I was like, "This is going to come back to bite them,
Oh, absolutely.
100%."
Yeah.
So he misses the call, ends up walking him, and I'm like, "Great." So now we got a runner at first, and it was funny to see because the umpire later apologized to Sanchez. Yeah, I
Fucking
missed that one. I'm like,
don't
"Dude, what the
apologize, dickhead.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
say no. It
Just-
was out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your fucking
Yeah.
apology.
It's the
Don't-
So,
same
don't
shit.
apologize.
It's the same shit they do when they do the after the game report and they go. I think they do it more so in basketball, but they do the after game report and then go, "Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
call in that one inning.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we
they have
screwed
the
up on
little
that."
chart or whatever
Right,
that
yeah.
they do.
It's like, don't tell us
and-
that shit,
yeah.
man. If it's lost, it's lost. We
Well,
can't.
and the
like,
shitty thing was, and
yeah.
it's like I'd probably talk this into existence, but I was talking to Nikki and I was like, to tell you the truth, this series, the umpires have been pretty good going into this
Yeah.
fucking game. And I was like,
Manifestation,
God
yeah, right.
damn it. Literally instant
Yep.
foot right into mouth. But
Yeah.
God damn it. So yeah, he gets squeezed there. Calls now at first base. Kiki singles. So you have runners at first and second. And then Duran comes into pitch, which, obviously you're hoping that Sanchi could get out of that and extend, at least get through the seventh. So Duran comes in. Pahis grounds to Harper, but the runners advance. So he gets out at first. Now you have runners at second and third, and Otani's up.
Yeah.
So they intentionally walk Otani. I don't disagree with it. He
1
hasn't.
for 17.
I know, but
Yeah, but it's like one of those.
it's one of those things.
Kinda thing, yeah.
He's due.
Yeah, I get
He's
that,
due.
but I
It's also
disagree
the
with
righty.
putting
It's
people
also the
on-
righty lefty thing.
I
Yep.
just disagree with putting people on base.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it's like, all right, so to combat that, it gives you a force on all the
Yes,
bases
yes.
now. Plus, you're going up against that righty-righty matchup of Mookie. The thing I didn't like about it was that he didn't challenge Mookie at all.
Yeah.
Like 3 of the 4 pitches that he threw him were way out of the zone, not even like
close yeah.
to where he's going to swing. So he ends up walking Mookie
Yep.
on, I don't remember how many pitches, but not enough. And that walks in the tie-in run. So again, kind of what we said, the call bullshit comes back to haunt him.
But like my thing against that though, again, like I understand it's Shohei Ohtani. He's probably the best baseball player we'll see for a very long time, right? But he's been dog shit this entire series.
Yep.
Obviously, there's that chance that he can get a hit, whatever. But if you're gonna walk him and then go to Mookie Betts, Mookie's had a great series against the
He's
Reds.
been good.
He's
He's
also
been
one
hitting
of the
against the
best players
Phillies.
we've
Like
seen.
you can't just walk Ohtani because it's Ohtani. Trust your fucking guy. Go get it fucking out, and you're done.
Yeah,
But
I still
Thompson,
agree with it. I
Especially
would
it
have
being
put him on
Durant.
and go after
Yeah.
Betts, and I
I
would have
just
just pitched more aggressively to Betts
yeah, but it's just if you're only going to use these three guys out of Kerkering, Strom, and
and
Duran,
Duran.
trust them to go get the outs.
Yep.
Don't say, "Hey, we're going to put this guy on the base to get a force out,"
Mhm.
because what Duran is doing like the best is striking guys out. It's not putting the ball in play; it's striking the motherfuckers out. And he
Yeah, but
didn't even
there
get
was
that
time.
opportunity.
Yeah, there was times though. It's like the Mets were hitting him, like the Nationals were
Yeah,
hitting
but
him.
it's
So it's
just
like, it,
I mean, we're just going to disagree on it at the end of the day.
yeah, yeah,
But I don't like putting runners on because it always comes back to bite them.
Yeah.
And my thing is that that's what you got Durant for, though, is to get, like instead of putting guys on this, he's supposed to just come in and shut it down. That's what you made the trade for. Like, and even Durant said that he'll come in any situation. He loves the pressure. He'll come in and get it down. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you're not doing it though. Like
Yeah.
we've asked you to do it, but you ain't. No, it's
Yeah.
I
this is the
didn't
most
disagree.
important time to do
I
it.
didn't think that they needed to give him the opportunity to
Hey, if
go
Shohei's going
2
to
for
have a moment,
18,
let him
and
have a moment. Don't
yeah.
put him on the base.
But either way, he walks in the run, but he's able to get Teoscar to strike out to get out of the inning. But now we're tied 1-1. And then you've also used Duran in the 7th inning.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the only good thing is that they didn't play his entrance music.
Yeah, thanks.
LA should have.
Yeah,
They should have.
They probably should have.
just
Yeah.
done it.
And the few Phillies fans are out there. It's probably more than you think. They would probably boo the hell out of it too.
Yeah.
So after that, we had a bunch of back and forth 1, 2, 3 innings. Until like the top of 11, Harper was able to actually work a walk. And then you have Bader come up, another pinch hit moment.
Yeah.
And I tell you, dude, on one fucking leg, he put up the best at bat in that entire game.
Yeah, but the only thing I noticed with Harper and Bader's at bats, nothing was close to the zone. They could have walked on 8 straight pitches. They swung the bat to keep the bat alive to
Yeah.
try and find a pitch, and it didn't work out for Bader.
So right, but I mean, all right. So there was a pass ball. So Harper
Yeah.
ends up getting a second during that at bat. And yes, I agree. The last pitch it was a good pitch, and he missed it. It was
Yeah.
way outside of the zone. He could have worked a walk there, but
He could have walked
he
3
did
pitches
work.
earlier.
He
in that
did,
at bat.
yeah, but he did work a 10, 11 pitch at
Yeah,
bat,
no,
which everybody else in the fucking lineup, it's
Yeah, they're not doing
they're
that.
swinging first pitch or whatever. They're not doing that kind of shit. So
Yeah.
like that's something that I love to see out of that guy, and
Mhm.
more of a reason why I want him back absolutely next year.
Oh, for sure.
So he ends up striking out, and it's obviously get out of the inning with no runs. So one thing that we kind of mentioned is like I agree with what Topper did here. He brought Luzardo in for a couple innings, and
Dealing.
using your starters, and he hasn't done that before. I mean, it kind of goes to you guys'
Yeah.
thoughts too, and where does Bueller fit into this? Maybe if Kerkering gets out of the inning, maybe Bueller comes in for a couple innings
Yeah.
after. But Luzardo pitched well. He unfortunately just bottom 11. Freeman strikes out, Edmund singles, Will Smith's lines out, and you have Muncy who singles. So you have 2 outs, runners on first and third, and this is basically the ending coming all together. Orion comes in relief, so he comes in, runners on first and third. We mentioned it before. Why they give him these moments where runners are on base?
Yeah.
Like I trust Tanner Banks more this year. I said it multiple times in these situations
And like
because
we
he's
said, try
proven.
someone different.
Right.
But
Yeah, somebody
it's-
that they haven't seen before. Maybe
They-
Bueller makes sense here. Like I don't like.
Yeah. They just keep
They keep
putting
going to
the
Orion.
same fucking guys.
So Kiki ends up working a walk. So now you have the bases loaded, 2 outs.
Yeah.
Orion actually throws a good pitch to Pajes. He hits the ground ball, exactly what you're looking for in this moment. Bounces off of his leg. Next thing you know, he panics, ball, throws it out of the stadium,
Yeah.
and game over, series over, season over, curtains.
It's honestly like you feel bad for Kerkering because like he's not a bad guy, right?
No,
Like he's stepped up a lot, and like in his career, he came straight from Double A into the World Series. He's had some good moments, he's had some bad moments, but like this dude, he's got to feel like absolute dog shit at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So it's not trying to pile on, but like, dude, I've seen little leaguers make that fucking play.
Yeah.
They understand the situation.
Mhm.
You boot the ball around at your feet, and then you make a terrible throw home when you didn't need to throw it at home. You could have just thrown it to first.
yeah. Well, you have
Take your
JT
time,
literally
but
pointing to first, like
Yeah.
not even trying to like block the
Yeah.
plate or guard the plate at all because he's not expecting the ball to come to him. Like, it goes right back to you. There's one play first.
Yeah, and that's where it's just like, this is fucking it was the most infuriating loss I think I've ever seen in a baseball game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially the moment because you're trying to get to game 5 to try and advance in the series.
Mhm.
We played the Dodgers tough, and the Dodgers are probably the favorites to win the World Series at this point, and that could be us, but we fucked up at in that moment.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where, like, you talk about it of, the Phillies, they outscored the Dodgers. They out-hit the Dodgers in
Yeah.
this series, but they lost,
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
but
3-1.
at the
So,
like we're saying, the bats are the reasons why we lost
and a
that. It's
lot of
not
that.
necessarily like Kirk Kerkering
No,
obviously had the
exactly.
massive error, but, like, the bats need to show up. You need to score more than 1
Right. The fact that, your top 3 hitters, they go 9 for 48 in the series
with
with a
6 or 7 in 1 game.
yeah. And exactly.
Yeah,
6,
yeah,
7.
Six,
6,
7.
7.
but it's, like, that's just the shit where it's like, the there's something that needs to change with this team.
Yeah.
And
And
obviously, we have all fucking 3 months to 5 months to discuss it because March is, or February, I guess, is when
well,
they kinda
and we're gonna get into that. And, the thing is like, we talk about them outscoring and out hitting the Dodgers. Well, a lot of that was due to the game 3 win that
Yeah.
they had where they
Yeah.
added on the runs. They actually, beat them in hits, but for the most part, every game was very close.
Mhm.
And, I think that kind of goes along with the respect between both of these teams of you know, they're right there with each other. It's just a matter of, we won the season series 4-2. They end up beating us 3-1 here. So
Yeah.
they're very well, organized teams, and they, from top to bottom. So, um, the fact that they held Otani to 1 of 18 with 9 Ks was very impressive, not just from the starting pitching, but, the bullpen as well. But similar to kinda how, our big guys didn't show up, more of their bottom of the lineup or their Mookies, their Teoscars with big hits and big moments, like, those are the things that, kinda put them over the top.
Yeah. It's just it was such a frustrating because, like, I think Brian and I were talking about this series, like, going into it. I was like, "I feel weirdly confident."
Mhm.
And
And I did too, and it was more so
it
because of our starting pitching,
yeah, and they
and
finished the year well. They were playing good offensively, and then they come out and the top of the lineup just still can't get it done.
yeah. And
And
it's like, um I hate to be to where the, I don't like to rely on injuries as excuses, but it comes down to,
well, yeah, like, the Bader injury really did impact the whole
well,
series
that was the
because
series, but
yeah,
leading up to that, you lose
yeah,
Zach Wheeler for your
y
playoff run,
yeah,
and even into the playoffs. It's like, you take any of these playoff teams and they just take their starter out, their immediate starter. Other than the Dodgers, I don't know how many teams are gonna survive that.
yeah,
You take Trey Turner, he pulls his
2 weeks,
hamstring
yeah,
literally like a
boom.
month before the season. It's like he was actually he won the batting title
Yeah, he won
being
the
injured
NL
with
batting
like
title, yeah,
missing 8 weeks or however long it ended up being. But it's like that takes momentum out. He comes
yeah,
back the Sunday before the playoffs start, and it takes a little time to get back into the swing of things. So
and then he has another week off.
then he has another week off, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's like then you have the Bader injury. It's like it just seemed like if an injury could happen that'll put us at a detriment, it happened.
Yeah, no, for sure, and it's just it's so frustrating to, like, just see the amount of talent and the amount of money that they've put into this roster, and they keep falling short, and it's the same guys that are falling short in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, Schwarber, he just isn't performing in the playoffs like he did the year of the World Series. Harper didn't perform this year. JT performed this year, didn't perform last year.
Yeah.
Casty, he had the big moment, he had the big hit in game 2, but other than that, like, this dude's a fucking
No, he's a
liability out there. Like, he's not
well,
good
it's funny.
defensively.
It's funny we say he's a liability in defense, and it's like his defensive performance this year. Like
Yeah,
he
he's
didn't have,
fine.
yeah,
He's
but
fine,
it's
but he's
because
not
the balls he's getting to. are
Yeah.
he's getting to.
Yeah.
But the ones he doesn't get to, which normal other left or right fielders get to, that's the ones that
Yeah.
don't
And
even
that's where
count
they
because he's not
focus
getting
too
there.
much on that analytics stuff. They just go, "Oh, well, this right fielder on this team has this fielding percentage." It's like,
Mhm.
okay, congratulations. Like, but he's still getting. He had some good jumps getting to stuff at times.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just I'm over Casty at this point. Like
I think that's the census.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I
that
think he's over the Phillies because he made the comment like we kind of hinted at earlier in the podcast. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, I mean, and fair point by him, right? Like
he wasn't wrong.
the bank is a great environment when things are going well, but when it goes poorly, the fans turn on their own team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
that's
what he said
exactly what
was like the
happened.
winds at their back when
When
Yeah.
it's
everything's
good.
going well,
Yep.
but it's wind
Yeah.
in your face when
Well,
everything's going bad. And I
I
was
mean,
like,
he's kind of right because I mean, like we were saying earlier, they were booing.
they were booing
no,
Booing him a
until
lot
absolutely.
game
and but
two.
but
Yeah, but I mean, they're
immediately
pissed
once
off.
they got
Yeah.
hits and got a run, they're right back
They're like,
into
"Oh,
it.
about time. Thank you. That's what
So,
we've been
but
wanting."
then you have Harper come out and be like, "Yeah, I mean, these guys pay a
I'd
lot of
boo me
money.
too.
I would boo me too for
Yeah,
not
yeah.
performing." So it's like it's two ends of the
Yeah.
stick there, and
And
it's
even
like
Jimmy Rollins was
he's not
saying, he
wrong.
was like, "I don't think he should have said it right
Cassie's
now."
not
But he's not
wrong.
wrong. He's not wrong. But they just
Just
hate him
don't
so
say
much.
it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
hate him so much though. It wouldn't matter what he would say. They're
Right.
just like, "Fuck you." And they
Yeah.
get in arguments with his sister or wife
Yeah. Well,
on
you got
Twitter.
all those people.
Yeah,
Man. It's
and
just
she's like, "I'm just using Twitter like everybody else. Leave me alone." Like
Yeah.
I'm not.
But I mean, honestly, at this point, it's just got to be Casty's. That's it. He's going
Well,
somewhere else next year.
which
Hopefully,
leads us to kind of what I would love to do over. Obviously we'll see how the World Series pans out. The rest of the playoffs. But after that, like I'm looking forward to, and I think I want to challenge you guys to it too. It's like let's put together our game plan as we're going to be Dombrowski.
Yeah.
We're gonna basically do our off season. Let's orchestrate our lineup. Let's look at the contracts, what we want to do, like extend guys, let guys go, trade for whoever. I mean, obviously it's all bullshit. We're not qualified for
Yeah.
these positions, but we could put together what we would hope for this off season to look like.
Yeah.
And we can kind of go over that and get what our listeners get their thoughts, see how crazy
Yeah.
we are, and
and so we're deferring money. We're allowed to defer.
no,
Oh no.
that's a bullshit thing, which I hope they fix. So
It
another
depends
listen, I
on
was
what
talking
happens
to
with the
him too.
Dodgers series.
I was talking to one of our listeners, Tyler, last night about that, and it's like, how do you fix the baseball salary cap? So
Yeah.
I'm going to table that one also because I think he's probably going to chime in with question here or there. But
Yeah.
let's talk about that after the World Series as well. Of there's not a salary cap in baseball per se, but how do you fix it to where it's more competitive?
Yeah.
With salaries and things like
Because
that.
like, there's that
So
luxury tax too, where you could just
there
pay that at
is,
the end of the
but
year if you
yeah.
go over. You're like,
That's
"Ah, screw it.
bullshit
We
for
make all the
millionaires
revenue
anyway,
back
yeah.
and just pay that anyway." Yeah.
Yep. So we'll table that. But yeah, very disappointing Red October. I compared to last year against the Mets, I feel better about this team than last year. Last year it just seemed like, all right, this isn't working.
Yeah.
This year, obviously, you had a career year out of Kyle Schwarber. JT kind of turned it around. Take away a couple injuries here or there in key moments. I think we're looking at a extended Red October.
Yeah.
The team, for the most part, showed up against probably one of the best teams we've ever seen put together. Their 3-1 series loss isn't the same 3-1 series loss we saw last year with the Mets. Last year with the Mets, that team just didn't feel, it didn't seem to me like they wanted to win. Like
Yeah.
they had something going on, whether it's
We had the bone benching last year. This year, no one
They
got
were
benched.
comfortable. I don't know. Like they they didn't have the drive.
right.
That
Where this year I think they
see.
did. I think
Yeah.
I just think that they ran into very elite pitching,
Absolutely.
especially out of the starting pitching, which you could say that we had it on our side as
As I
well.
said, we
But
couldn't even blame ours. It's
it's
just the offense.
we're one decision here, one little blue pit. I mean, if you look at the games, like, all right, so you have the Kiki game where he hits a little dribbler. Like
Yeah.
we didn't have any of those go our way.
Nope.
We had
Throws the ball to first. We have another inning to play.
yeah, exactly. You never know. So it's like there's a couple games there that could easily have gone our way. Strom's not tipping his fucking pitches.
If you
Next
don't
thing you know,
bunt,
maybe you win game
Yeah,
one.
if you don't bunt with no outs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's always things that you can go back and second guess. But I mean, I guess the news that we can say going into next year is that Topper will be back.
Yeah.
So they extended him to the 2026 season. So next year is his final year of his contract. But
Yeah.
initially, I'm good with it. I don't think Topper was the reason they lost this series or did poorly. I like Topper as a manager. I think
It's hard to
at
go
the end of the
against
day,
him
some of
'Cause-
the times the guy's got to show the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. And you can put the blame on the players, but I think also it's just it seems like it's the definition of insanity, right? You do the same thing, expect a
That's what
different
I was gonna
result.
say, yeah.
And I feel like at this point, he keeps doing the same type of things. He uses 3 relievers in the postseason. The offense isn't prepared to go out there and play when they get this week off. Hopefully, the fucking Braves and Mets are more competitive next year to where they win the division and we can play in the wild card.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I
and look
just
at it.
that's
Look at
the
it.
only way
Right,
we've had
because we've had to
success.
buy the last 2 years,
Yeah.
and we've lost the first round each time. So
Well, look at it again next year too. It's like, all right, you're gonna have a full season of Duran, not just 4 months.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
hopefully a full season Bader.
We'll have
hopefully
a full
season of Bader.
Strom, full season of Kirker.
Yeah, but I mean, and like we talked about early in the year too, how much of all of this bullpen did Alvarado fuck by him
Oh
just
yeah,
literally
exactly.
because that's an arm right there that you, for the most part, could have trusted.
Yes.
That's also, but
And
that's also
it's another
why it annoyed me.
left-handed arm
Yeah.
that you're not relying on Strom. And if I'm gonna give shit to Dombrowski of like things that he didn't do right in the offseason, let's just call it the Hoffman Hermano trade
Oh yeah,
between them
oh,
two.
Yeah, yep.
Hoffman,
Romano,
Germano,
Yeah.
Little Dicky.
Little Dicky, yep.
jerk off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally just trading those 2 players. And it's
Yeah.
not a trade, I know, but
just swap teams,
swapping
yeah,
teams.
yeah.
Hoffman still pitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pitching at a high level.
Yep.
That guy didn't even fucking play towards like the second half of the year.
Yeah, he hurt his finger. Remember his middle finger was
middle
hurt.
finger, yeah.
Then there's another guy out there that led the league in saves, Esteves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DBZ.
Fuck
Dragon
that
Ball.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm
He's just like Kirkering to
But
me.
I mean, no.
Yeah,
but
I didn't like
mean,
him
he did.
last
You know,
year,
he
so.
did play well, though. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like we didn't.
He
do
was another one
enough.
of those tightrope.
We didn't do
walkers.
enough for our back 8 and 9 spot this offseason. That was just.
Yeah, I
you had to
mean,
get Durant.
The
but
Robertson signing, I mean,
that was just strange.
what do you expect of that? I mean, I like the Bueller signing when they
I
brought him
liked it
in,
a lot.
and
I
he
liked it
pitched
too.
well. I was surprised that we didn't see him, especially for the fact that, like, I don't know, like,
He just did it last year with the team we're facing. He just come into those situations, closing a game out, pitching.
Yeah,
He'd done it before.
he's been in that moment,
in
yeah.
moments like that everywhere.
so, and I'd
And
be
he knows
curious
those
if,
fucking guys.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
He was on the
exactly.
team last
He's on the
year.
team last year. Yeah. Yep.
I would be curious to know if that was the move after Kirkering gets out.
Oh, I'm sure it would have been.
Maybe, right? Yeah.
Him or Banks at that point, right? Because
Yeah.
Banks didn't pitch yet in that game, I don't believe.
Mhm.
But I mean, the starting pitching absolutely dealt.
Yeah, Sanchez.
series,
The good
they
thing,
were
if we were to
incredible.
take something out of it, like Sanchez might be an ace.
Luzardo,
Oh,
Luzardo,
very good number 2.
Hell,
Luzardo,
fucking yeah.
yeah.
He was great. Like, and we're going to talk about it, in a couple upcoming weeks. But like, what do you do with Ranger? What do we
Yeah.
do with we're gonna have Nola. Hopefully, Nola can bounce back. And this was just a bad year, hampered by injuries. I mean, the guy's got more innings pitched than most anybody in the league over the last 5 years. So it's like, yeah, I could see his body wearing down. So hopefully, he can come back healthy and ready to go next year. So, but we'll table the baseball talk till after the World Series. So we might cover in the couple upcoming weeks when we get into the football. We'll cover kind of how the other teams do, but not in too much detail since the Phils are out. But
one last side note to back my point about walking Otani. Brewers just did it last night. Guess who else walked? Mookie. Scored another run. Ended up being the difference for maker.
Yeah. Well,
hey, just saying. It happened twice.
Third time's a charm.
The last thing I'll say about Rob being there is it worries me that the team's just going to run it back.
Well,
with too many of the same people.
That's why I can see that, but I think so. What I did, all right, and just to get back into it a little bit, I do appreciate the fact. No, it's fine. It's like I do appreciate the fact that Topper did play it a little differently this year. I think Topper of old would have been like, Casty's just going to be our right fielder, but this year he was like, no, you're fucking sucking. You're going to be benched, and I'm the manager of this team. I'm the captain of this ship.
Oh, you talk shit that one day, and he sat him down.
He sat him. It's like I don't care if you have a consistent game start,
200 consecutive game starts.
It's like you're gonna fucking sit the bench. It's like you don't talk to our players, you don't talk to our coaches like that. So it's like I do appreciate that he did that, and I think the team's going to be very similar to what it was this year. But I think that hopefully what Dombrowski's thinking and what the front office is thinking is we need to add pieces like a Bader and other. We need to fill the gaps where maybe a Casty's gone, or some of these other players that continuously underperforming.
And what's the other joke? We gotta be less white because they say we're too white, and that's a whole issue too.
Works for a football team, extreme whites.
Yeah.
But well, speaking of the football team, since we last talked, we have 2 games to cover. Going into Phillies started out Saturday night. Eagles played Sunday against the Denver Broncos. I think a team that has, let's say, lucked into some losses. I guess they've played pretty well, tough games, but a couple late losses here or there. I think they were 3-2 or something like that going into our game. 2-2 going into our game. So, I mean, going into this game, there's a bunch of scrutiny with, the offense. AJ Brown's not happy. Nothing's working. It's, every game, it only works one half. The other half is just dog shit, and they're just finding ways to win. So, they go up against the Broncos. Offense still didn't look great. They had a little bit of creativity with, little shovel passes to Goddard.
It's like their new favorite play.
That seems to be the only player that's benefiting right now from
It's Goddard.
Is Goddard. Yeah.
So, and I think there needs to be more creativity across the board. It's like I think you keep hearing that they're so predictable if they're lined up, if they're lined up in this formation, or if they're lined up like whether it's Saquon being in this position, it's a run as opposed to this one, it's a pass.
They said Saquon also. There was a video. I don't know if it's like, but they said he would turn his head if he's looking for coverage, meaning he's going to be pass blocking. And if he's just standing still, then he's running it. And they said someone might pick up on that too and be like, "Well, oh look, he ain't moving. Here we go. They're handing it off to him."
So, but I just think that there needs to be something offensively, whether play calling, players just performing.
That's what it really boils down to.
Yeah, I mean, I did like to see. I always love to watch these types of plays, but in the third quarter they hit Barkley for a big 50-yard touchdown on a wheel route.
Yeah.
And he's outrunning our old linebacker Singletary, which is great to see. And I'm like, why don't they do that more? And
did you see where they said that wasn't even the playbook?
Wasn't even in the playbook when they improvised it?
Saquon and them were on the sideline, and there was audio that says that wasn't even the playbook. Like they had to come up with that themselves. I guess.
So they're out there in the huddle, like this guy's fucking terrible.
They're
holding the football there. It's like, all right, you do this.
Yeah,
do this.
they're like, here's the call, but fuck that.
Backyard football.
Yeah, we ain't doing this mess right now. This ain't working.
Yeah, no, and I think that's where I don't know if it's Sirianni needs to step in and kind of help. I mean, Patullo's his boy, so it's like I find it hard that he's going to fire him or make any changes. I think he might influence some play calls a little bit, but I mean, Sirianni wasn't that great of a play caller either. When
we know exactly what kind of coach he is. When things are going good, he's loud. He, rambunctious. He's loving it. And then when stuff's going bad, he's just kind of like, "Oh, we'll talk to Patullo. We'll get." And I'm like, "Buddy, you got to do something during the game. Like, unless you're just a motivator, and then you got to get some coordinators back in here then that can do that for you."
Yeah, because clearly the offensive coordinator is just not doing it right
it's
now.
Brian Johnson 2.0, basically.
Yep, which is conveniently after another Super Bowl.
Yep.
But that was also Hurts's boy.
Yeah, that was
how we've got Sirianni's boy.
Yep.
And it's just a disaster right now offensively, and they've got too much talent. They're dealing with some injuries on the O line. Like Lane's been in and out.
The offensive line has
Dickerson's
been terrible compared to last year.
Steen's
been
he's awful,
garbage.
Not good.
Obviously losing Becton's.
I miss Becton so much.
Yeah, Dickerson's
been
hurt.
I think, in and out too over in San
Well, yeah, but I mean, just if he was here, though, it'd just be like, it'd be.
But it's just it just isn't the same team, right? Like
but I mean, that just comes to show you, it's like money. Like they can't pay everybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
you lose
look
coaches.
You look at the defensive line. It's like they're losing Sweat. They lose,
Milton
Williams, and
then Smith,
Bryce Huff.
Bryce Huff.
I mean, Bryce Huff didn't play much anyway, but I mean, he's got 3 sacks this year, or 3 or 4 sacks this year. So it's already more production than half of our guys.
It's like you knew you're going to lose players, but then Howie just seemed to not do enough to get depth.
Well, you also have injuries too. Nolan Smith got hurt,
right? Well,
there's other guys that
I think they were high on Jalix Hunt.
Yeah,
I mean, I was high on Hunt too. He's not doing it. I
also think
keep up going. Yeah,
Jordan Davis has been kind of transparent over the last 2 weeks.
Well, the past 2, the first 3 he was
he was dominant.
Right.
Jalen Carter's also been he hasn't been Jalen Carter of old, so I don't know what's going on there. But this Broncos game, we had the opportunity to win. There's a couple questionable fourth quarter non-calls or calls. I hate to use the referees as an excuse, but some of those were a little absurd. I mean, you have the drive where the Broncos drove down and clicked the last field goal
Yeah.
to eventually make it a 4-point game. It's like they're down in their own zone, and they initially call intentional grounding, which would
Yeah.
be it would make it 4th down, and they're clearly punting in that moment. Well, they end up picking up the flag because they said some receiver was in
Was
the,
in the
and
area.
I was
Yeah.
like, define area, like
Right.
that
Like,
side of
he's
the
all the way the
field.
fuck on the other
Yeah.
side of
Like
the field. Yeah.
there
Like,
was nobody there. Like I have no idea what player they were talking about. So anyway, they picked that up. They ended up extending the drive, kicking the field goal. We get the ball back. We're driving to now we have to get a touchdown to go ahead down
Yeah.
4. Um, there's a play right at the goal line where Goddard kind of gets tugged and pulled around a little bit. No call.
Yep.
No call. It would have been pass interference. Ball on like the 3-4 yard line with I don't know
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Yeah.
yeah. So it definitely gives you the opportunity to, run a better play than what they end up having to do. So it seemed like the referees swallowed their whistles there a little bit, which, was unfortunate. So
Also, what hurt was the Broncos went for 2 that one drive and made it a 4-point game. So we had to score a touchdown. Like we
Yeah.
had no chance of tying it.
Yep.
That's Sean Payton. I mean,
No,
It
I know.
is, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, at the time he did it, you're like going for 2, and then it's like, well, it
Well, we
panned
do
out.
that quite a bit though too.
No,
There's
yeah.
and I know like Campbell does that a lot in Detroit. Like he just loves
Yeah.
to put pressure on teams. So I think the NFL has certainly changed in the sense that people are a lot more aggressive, especially when it
Oh,
comes to
yeah.
4th down and like going for it. Trading 6 points for 3. Or trading 6 points rather than settling for 3, that type of thing. So, yeah, I mean, they end up catching a loss there to the Broncos, which, coming out of it, you're like, all right, well, that Broncos team, they're a pretty good team. So,
Yeah. Very good
we
defense.
lost,
Their
we,
defense
we
is-
lost by 4 to a really good defense, and our offense still didn't look, great. So, not a good weekend for the Phils and Eagles, going 0-2. So on a short week, they go to the Giants. So before we get to that though, let's go down kind of the rest of the games from week 5. And then Cam, you could go over kind of how we did on our picks. So
Not great.
yeah.
A bad week of football.
So the 49ers were actually able to come out with a big win over the Rams, making them both 4-2.
Mac Jones was out there barely able to throw the ball.
Yeah. Yep.
And he got beat the hell up. I mean, respect to him for staying through it and continuing to play, but he was not in a good spot.
Mm-hmm. The Vikings beat the Browns 21-17. Colts continue to perform well, destroying the Raiders 40-6.
Yeah.
Saints beat the Giants 26-14, which I think at that game it was like the Giants had 4 turnovers, I think, in a row or something like that. It was a little absurd.
Yeah.
But Saints come away with a big win there. Cowboys beat up on the Jets 37-22. You have the Dolphins and Panthers. Panthers found a way to win again, 27-24. Kind of a surprising team, especially, going into the year, we were kind of like, what are you going to get out of Bryce Young? But, they're finding ways to win. And I think it's funny how like Dallas traded running backs with them, they get Miles Sanders and, they get Rico Dowdle, and Rico Dowdle's had 2 great weeks back to back.
Miles Sanders on IR.
He's gone for the year.
Is he?
Is it for the year?
Yeah. For the year.
What was his injury?
Lower leg injury. He's
Lower
like
leg.
same stuff he's been having issues with since
Shit.
he's left us. Yeah.
I've always liked Miles Sanders.
I love
Clearly,
him.
we take Barkley over him, but it's like I always liked him as an Eagle. Texans beat up on the Ravens. That Ravens team just looks bad. I know they're battling a bunch of injuries, especially on the defense, but
And Lamar.
Lamar was out, and Cooper Rush is dog shit.
He's
Like,
not good.
the fact that he was performing so well in Dallas, like I don't know if it's just the weapons he had around him at the time, but yeah, he is.
It might have been like comfort in the system because he'd been there for a couple of years too.
Yeah.
But he's not a starting.
Well,
quarterback
clearly
in the NFL.
Baltimore has a different system. It's like, so we'll get into this week's. They eventually bench Cooper Rush and go to Hundley, which
Yeah.
fits kind of more of the Jackson mold
Bowler.
of kind of how they play. Right.
He was a
It's
Pro
like,
Bowler.
Why wouldn't they just have him start any like So anyway, the Texans end up beating up on the Ravens, I'm sorry, 44-10. Titans squeak out a close one with the Cardinals 22-21.
Some bad plays.
Buccaneers, who probably look like they're the best team in the league right now, beat the Seahawks 38-35. Another 3-point
yeah.
win. Like it's nuts how it's going to come back to bite them eventually. Of like having these many close games, but
But honestly,
Baker
like
being Baker, man, that guy.
the thing about them is that a couple of them have been come from behind wins,
Yeah.
which is good that they're showing that fight to the end. And they're decimated on injuries, dude.
Mhm.
Like their receiving core is just
Well, Evans is out.
Johnsons. They're just Johnsons anymore.
Godwin's kind of just
Godwin
getting
hasn't come
back.
back, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Was
got
out again.
Yeah,
Yep.
this past week.
and Ibuka got hurt this year.
So yeah, he's
Yeah,
getting
this week,
MRIs
too,
for
so-
this week. Yeah.
So like their wide receivers, it's literally the two guys named Johnson. There's Cameron Johnson and Tez Johnson, I think, are the only guys they got left that are healthy.
Johnson and Johnson.
But yeah, don't tell Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, so I mean, it's just their receiving core just to be able to.
And then
continue
Bucky Irvin's hurt too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
so,
So yeah. But they have Rashad White, so they're good at running back
Yeah.
still. Yeah.
but it's just they're still winning. So
Mhm. Yeah,
great on them.
I love Baker. I love the way he plays the game.
Will is carrying that team for sure. Yeah.
The Lions ended up beating the Bengals 37-24. Commanders over the Chargers 27-10. Patriots over the Bills, which I think was a big surprise, 23-20. And then the Chiefs losing to the Jaguars 31-28. So-
That game was nuts too. The last touchdown that the Jaguars scored, Trevor Lawrence fell down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, watch that. So he
And
falls
got
down.
up
Yeah.
and
He does his best Jaguar
I
impression.
mean, as soon as he went
Yeah.
down, I was like, God, figures he falls. The Chiefs are gonna
Crazy.
fucking win this thing. And then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, so the Jags pulled it out.
So, which leads us to week 6. So, at this point, the Phillies are now down. No, they're 2-1 going into Thursday night. So, we had to juggle thankfully, scheduling gods.
Yeah.
We had the Eagles game on same time as the Marathon Phillies game. So, I think if the game didn't go to 11 innings, it might not have overlapped as much. But, I was more focused on the Phillies game. I think Cameron, you were too. Brock,
Absolutely.
you clearly checked out on Saturday.
I was fully focused on the Eagles and pissed off what's happening
To the
there.
point
Yeah.
where Cameron texts in our group chat. He's like, "Yeah, totally would trade a Eagles blowout for a Phillies W to extend the series." And
And I
Brock,
was
you
just
came
like,
back with
Nah. I was just like, nope.
absolutely
We were down
blew
14
my
to 3.
mind.
Yeah,
we were down
to the-
14-3 at that point.
To the 1-4
The
Giants.
Phillies are fighting tooth and fucking nail to try and score a run, and you're just
And to
like,
extend the
nah.
series.
I know, but they killed
Week
my
6,
they killed
man.
they killed all my motivation for them to do anything.
In
So-
game
Who
1.
fucking
I
cares,
know,
dude?
but that's just how I am. That they did, man. I was like,
It's
look,
week 6.
I was like, we can't lose to the fucking Giants, and we're getting beat. I was pissed that we were losing.
Meanwhile,
to
the Phillies are fighting against one of the best teams ever
right,
put
but
together.
they're doing
and
at least they're doing it to they're playing against we're playing against the dog shit
in
Giants
a
and we're
regular
losing.
season
Yeah.
Scattered through the
game.
fucking hey, dude, you can lose stuff in the beginning of the year that can bite you later.
Oh,
Division
man.
records, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
we
come
were
out.
2-2 last year, and how'd that turn out?
I know. I'm just saying. I still was
We
pissed.
figured some shit out.
We're still gonna be that same way. I was. Those Phillies killed my
Fucking-
momentum
All
on
right,
Saturday.
so we'll make sure that you don't have a spot on the bandwagon next year.
God damn it, dude! So disappointed in you.
Yeah, I was
I don't-
disappointed.
that's
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
No, that's just how I. That's how I always am. I was just football is number one. So it's like if
Yeah,
the Phillies.
and
I'm
then-
like goodbye. Like I know I was still watching them, so you can't say I wasn't.
No,
Like
you were watching anything.
You're
was
the
watching
fucking
both.
well.
I was watching both. I was paying attention. The Phillies game was on right next to me where I was bowling.
I was
and my
gonna say
phone had the
you
Eagles
probably
game.
could have heard me in the damn bowling alley
Yeah,
yelling,
that's what
"Why
I'm
the fuck are you not throwing to first?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we were literally 2 lanes down from each other, and then I was like reading my text message, going like, "I think he's mad at me." And I'm like, down here. I was like, "He
Hell
might be
yeah,
a
I
little
was
mad."
mad. I was like, "Fuck this
Yeah.
dude."
And I put that. I was like, "You don't mean that." Like, he said, "Fuck off" in that one text. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, bud, I'm right here."
Yeah, just
That's just
crazy,
how I am, dude. I get
crazy
so
comment to make.
the
there,
Eagles
bro.
just get me so amped up about everything they
See,
do.
and I think like honestly,
So
me and
it's just-
Cameron are the opposite. I
Yeah.
think we fall back on baseball more.
Right.
Like I live and die with this baseball.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, I absolutely
162
love-
games.
yeah.
Also,
Right. I absolutely love the Phillies. I mean, I do, but I'm just saying if the Eagles are playing the same day and they're gonna piss me off more, they're losing because I'm just like, fuck.
A regular
well-
season.
well,
But the- and-
how did it work out for you?
It didn't work out great. Yeah, it's a very awesome week of all of us losing. That was
Yeah.
we had
everybody
2 Eagles lost
everybody
same
got
week.
doubled up.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Phillies lost 2-1. Giants
Fucking
doubled
great,
up on
great,
the
great
Eagles.
past 10 days for us here.
So yeah, it's been
So
beautiful.
just collective frustration, and the three of us were just in our group
Yeah.
chat going like, "Fuck you, fuck this,
Fuck
fuck
this
that."
team.
Like, you know?
In true Philly fandom.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
like, "No,
Fuck
you know
the
what?
world.
Fuck you." All
We're
right.
booing our own guys.
So, but I mean, back to the game. I
Fighting
mean,
in the stands during the game. We'd be like,
yeah, we're fighting on the pod. I honestly didn't watch much of the Eagles game. I turned it on, I think, towards the second half, and you know, the few plays that I did see, I saw Jalen miss Devontae on a wide open fucking touchdown.
play.
And I've seen that a couple times this year so
Yep.
far, where he's not, like he used to be really good with the long throw of
Yeah.
hitting these guys in stride. He missed AJ, the game before,
Earlier, yeah.
and a lot of that was like, all right, well, did AJ just kind of
Give up on the
give
route.
up on it a little bit, then try to catch up? But maybe it was just Jalen just overthrowing it. So I don't know what's going on there, but that could have kind of changed the game a little bit because at that point, I think we would only been down 3.
Right. Well, then the interception too. All he did was look at the one guy. Like they were saying how Jalen's not been doing.
Well, wasn't
his
that also to
progressions.
Dotson? It was like, why
Yeah.
are you looking?
Right.
Why are you
But I said
staring down
he
Dotson?
he hiked it and was just like, "I'm throwing here,
Yeah.
no doubt." And that safety was just like,
Mhm.
"Oh well, thank
He
you.
jumped the route.
I knew it was coming." Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the line saying like he's not doing his
Normal
progressions,
reads and
but
stuff.
at the
Yeah.
same time, we don't know if he's getting enough time to even look because
But it
of
also
the
doesn't
O-line
seem like he's
issues.
running much anymore either.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if he's hurt. Like, I've heard things where, like, on the sideline, he's constantly like working his calves, like with like the massage guns and things like that. So I don't know if there's a lingering injury that we just don't know about that
Okay.
they don't put on the thing. But speaking of injuries, like Jalen Carter didn't play this game. And he has a heel injury. I'm 100% fucking fine with him not playing.
Yeah.
One, the
short week.
Giants,
And you get the 10 days
it's a
off.
short week.
Yeah. Yep.
You're playing in the fucking Giants stadium, which is dog
Turf,
fuck, like
yeah.
the turf, like
Yeah.
tons of people get hurt. And then what did we just see in the NBA? You had 3 players tear their Achilles over the last
Yeah. Just
last
from
month of the
injuries like
season.
that. Yeah. Yep.
Right, of either heels or calves and things like that. So, you know what? That's fine, Jalen Carter, you take a day off,
And Landon didn't play either.
Yeah, and then Quinyon ends up having a hamstring injury, so they didn't play him. And I'm like, at this point, like, let's just get out of this fucking week without any injury, like
Because then fucking
long-term
Wandale
injuries.
Robertson went off
Yeah.
because Ringo couldn't keep up with him. Adoree wouldn't tackle.
Yeah,
It was just like,
Makuba hasn't looked good, so
Makuba,
it's just
He had a very bad missed tackle.
yeah.
But I just
How about Adoree's tackle on the goal line? He just pushed and was like, "Oh, didn't work," and then he
Yeah.
gave up. Like,
I'm out.
I was like,
business decision.
I can't
Yeah.
fucking stand Scattaboo or whatever. I can't stand that dude.
Yeah, I mean, he had a day, and Dart did too.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
mean,
Dart, I thought when Dart got the nod to start, I was like, we probably could lose one of those 2 games to the Giants because now it's not Russell Wilson, it's him, and it's like, ugh.
yeah, I mean, so at the end of the day, very bad Thursday for Philadelphia fans and the podcast. Honestly, put us at wits end ourselves, and we're going at each other. So thank you, Philadelphia, for bringing the best out of us. So I guess since then, Zadarius Smith retires, which was kind of odd. I mean, he had a good performance against the Chiefs, and I didn't realize that he was on the team after.
Told us that he had a lot of football left in him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh, that's a lot of football. 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, thanks.
So moving through the rest of the games in the week, the Broncos held on. God, these games in the Saturday or Sunday morning games have been brutal. But Broncos held on to win against the Jets 13-11.
Terrible game.
Yeah,
Dude,
it was
Fields had
so bad
minus
to watch.
7 net passing yards.
Yeah, Fields is absolutely trash.
That's crazy.
Like, he is not a good quarterback.
But they're not really having
Yeah,
him run as much either. Like they're trying to do passing much.
Like,
He's
if I
gotta
was
run a
Garrett
little
Wilson,
bit.
I would be like, can we either trade me or
Yeah.
find somebody else?
Well,
because
he's hurt now, so he's out multiple weeks.
Yeah.
Wilson is, yeah. So
But yeah, Fields is not a good quarterback at all. He cannot throw the ball, and he
Their
doesn't
defense is
utilize. Yeah,
doing well either.
I mean,
They've
the only
got some
thing they really
names
have
though,
is
too.
Brees Hall, and
Yeah.
he's
Well,
been
they-
doing as best as he can. But it's
they were
still
talking
not
about
enough.
trading him before the season started. Yeah.
I mean, Sauce Gardner is still like a lockdown corner. Quinnen Williams, he's a solid defensive tackle, but they got some guys, but I feel like they probably just need to try and move off from him at this point.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
0-6 is bad.
Colts
They
ended up,
led till the end though.
They did. They have. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Colts ended up beating the Cardinals 31-27 to extend their, they're 5-1 right now, one of
Yeah,
the best
they're
records in the
they're
league. They've
One of
been
the best
playing
teams
well.
in football.
Jonathan Taylor's having a resurgence.
He's averaging
He's
90
insane.
yards a game plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Danny
been
Dimes
great.
obviously I don't know if you can give him comeback player of the year from the Giants, but
I mean, like,
Maybe, yeah.
just speak it. All right, so the Giants obviously beat us. Let's just give it to them a little bit. So, how does it make you feel that okay, one, you lose Barkley, and it's like you can
Yeah.
understand Barkley losing him and having a great year with us, but you lost your franchise quarterback in Danny Dimes to the
Yep.
Colts, and he goes 5-1 with just
Yeah.
a team of guys.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
talent
Steichen,
wise,
though, is
like
yeah.
right. But look at it this way: talent wise, obviously it's an upgraded running back with Jonathan Taylor. But receivers wise, I mean, Neighbors is obviously a better receiver than I think
Pittman.
any of the guys that
Pittman's
they
our
have
number
in
1, yeah.
Indy. But
Yeah.
he's 5-1, and you guys couldn't do shit with him when he was your quarterback. Maybe it's a coaching problem.
Yeah, but Dayball might have saved his job by getting old Jackson in.
Oh, he's gonna get that kid killed.
You see, he's gonna get in trouble though because he went in
Went
the
into the
medical
tent,
tent.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
because
and
he was
then
also he saw Russell Wilson throw that ball 5 yards into the ground. He
He's
was
just
like,
like,
"I
my
gotta
God,
get this fucking
can you
guy
please
back
get
out."
back in here, please? Jesus,
Like whatever he's
yeah.
saying is fucking bullshit. Get him back
Get
out
him
here.
in.
I
He's
need him
fine.
back.
Get him in here.
hit him in his head. They tackled him on the waist. Yeah. So I mean, good for the Colts. I know. Yeah, it's great to see as an Eagles fan and see the Giants' failures has come to fruition, especially
Yeah.
a week after they beat you, and honestly just dominate you.
Yeah.
So yeah, go Danny Dimes. Chargers hang on to beat the Dolphins 29-27.
That was a crazy play by Herbert to win that game.
Yeah.
He avoided a sack and then found
Lad.
Lad
Lad, yeah,
McConkey,
to get
and
into
he
field goal
rode
range,
to get
yeah.
in field goal range to win at the
End of the game.
I
Yeah.
don't want to say buzzer, but
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
end of regulation.
He's another quarterback I really like. I mean, it would be nice to see him perform in playoffs,
Yeah.
but I love watching Herbert play.
No, you can fucking sling it for sure.
Patriots beat the Saints 25-19. Patriots have actually turned it on a little bit as
Yeah,
of
I
late.
mean the Saints stink, so like that's a lot
It's also
closer than you
Saints that
would
beat
want it
the
to be.
Giants. The Giants end up beating us. So
Yeah.
I mean,
it's. I think you're going to get to it eventually, but yeah, the Patriots coming off the win against Buffalo was more impressive
yes,
than
yeah,
winning by 6 against the Saints.
yep. No, I do agree with that.
But
But
Drake May's
they're
playing
putting
well.
wins together, and it's been
Well, they got a hell of a coach though.
yeah. No,
Vrabel,
Vrabel
yeah,
is a good
Vrabel.
coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steelers beat the Browns 23-9. Browns continue to just not look good.
Yeah.
Panthers beat the Cowboys 30-27. Did not see that
some
one
game, dude.
happening.
Phew.
That's like you're saying Rico Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle
Yeah.
went the hell off on his old
George
team.
Pickens
and
went off that game.
George
Yeah.
Pickens went off. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Dowdle told him to buckle up, and then he said they weren't
And he
buckled.
backed it up. Yeah.
mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. So now,
he
as
balled
an
out.
Eagles fan, especially when we lose, to see Dallas lose and some of the other division teams lose is always helpful. So that was nice to see.
Yeah.
The Seahawks beat the Jaguars 20-12. So Seahawks, Smith and Jigba is a monster,
He is
He's so
absolute monster. So, and the fact that they they have DK and they have this kid that they drafted, and they're like, all right, well, we can get rid of DK, we can move on from him and just feature Smith and Jigba. Hey, good on them, man.
And
That guy's a stud.
Darnold's doing
Cooper
okay.
Kupp isn't
yeah, Cooper-
necessarily doing too much there.
Yeah.
He kind of has his weeks on and off, but it's mostly JSN. Like
Mhm.
he's the one that's just balling. So
Yep.
good for him.
Rams end up beating the Ravens 17-3. Again, Ravens don't look good
Look
at
bad.
all.
Dude,
This
the
is
Ravens
where-
defense has been absolute dog shit. Why the hell can't the Rams score more than 17?
This
Well,
is
they
a
love
couple
the
weeks.
over.
This
This
is a
cost me
couple
a
weeks in a
parlay.
row.
Oh yeah.
This is a
like-
couple weeks in a row where the Rams haven't scored.
Yeah.
And he lost the Kua in the second
And
quarter.
Nakua, they
Yeah.
lost,
Yep.
and I needed Adams. I think you needed an Adams.
I had Adams touchdown and I had the over in the parlay, and I'm just
And when
like,
I see Nakua out, I'm like, all right, let's go, baby.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's like, come on, there's
and
the
then
time. Yeah.
here comes Tyler Higbee's old white ass out
Yeah,
there.
exactly,
And he
yep.
gets the touchdown.
He's a
so
touchdown stealer all the time on
Mhm.
fantasy
It's
stuff.
so annoying. But I definitely thought that the Rams would be able to
Blow
win
him
by
out.
like 24
yep.
or something, and they only won by 14.
Yeah. Raiders beat the Titans 20-10. That Titans team doesn't look. They look ass.
They fired their head
Fired
coach.
their
They did,
coach,
yeah. So
I mean, if your quarterback's saying your team's ass,
I
you
know
know,
Calvin Ridley went
it's not
out
great.
just due to my fantasy team and seeing
He ain't
like
been doing shit this year.
no,
Yeah.
no. I think I had him in a touchdown thing too. So I was hopeful that against the Raiders who tend to give up points, maybe we
Yeah.
could luck into one there. Packers beat the Bengals 27-18. Buccaneers beat the 49ers 30-19. Buccaneers still look impressive.
Yeah, again, losing Egbuka.
And Buka, and they
Yeah.
still finding ways to win. This one not as close. They actually ran away with
Yeah.
this one a little bit.
I mean,
Um,
huge loss for the Niners of Fred Warner. That
Oh
guy.
my
Fred
God,
Warner
yeah.
broken ankle. He's
Dude,
out for
the
the year.
Niners, like,
They've had
their
every injury you could
trainers
think
are
of.
the most like active employees I've ever seen on an NFL
I
team.
mean, they lost Kittle on the first drive of the year, and then they've had Purdy out.
Pearsall's been
Pearsall's been out.
most of the
Jawan
year.
Jennings
Jawan
been out.
Jennings been
Ayuk's still
out.
not
Mhm.
back.
Yeah.
And they were still
McCaffrey was out last year.
and then they're still 4-2 with Mac Jones playing these
Well,
games.
that's a
and
benefit
then
of having
bam.
the
Right.
easiest schedule.
Well, oh yeah,
Yeah.
but then Fred Warner going down is just like shit. That's
Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa. Yep.
We mentioned him, but it's just
Yeah.
their injury room, or it's got to be pretty cool to go hang out with all these guys.
Yeah,
It's almost getting
exactly.
close to like what the Lions had last year, where they had all those dudes.
All the injuries,
Yeah,
yeah. And they're still finding ways to win.
and they're still
so.
finding ways to win too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're going to definitely be there, just based on the strength of schedule. But
Yeah.
just how many players can
One team
withstand the
lose.
injury? Exactly.
I think they do get Kittle back this week. He's posted practice. So
Okay.
I think he will return. Yeah.
Chiefs beat up on the Lions. Another surprising one. I thought this was going to be closer than it was.
I thought the
30 to
Lions were the best
17.
team in football at this point.
Yeah.
Offensively, they were rolling, and
So a team that we thought in the Chiefs are like, hey, maybe they're done.
yeah,
They get a couple pieces back.
That's
They
it.
get Worthy back, and they look like a totally different team.
now they're getting Rice
I
back
say
next
Rice,
week.
Yep.
Yep. So look out. Chiefs are probably.
But how about the brawl at the end of the game?
Oh
That's
yeah,
just
Branch.
man.
Yeah.
Well, Mahomes doing all his showboating bullshit that he likes to do, except for if he's getting hit on the sideline. But he'll be in your face when he scores a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
So then he tries to shake hands with Branch, and Branch basically goes, "Fuck you, I'm not doing that." And then when he did that, then Juju Smith-Schuster comes over and starts saying something,
Mhm.
and then
I'm
Branch.
not mad that Juju got hit in the face. I don't.
No,
mind
no,
that.
no,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. Because
No.
fuck Juju after.
But they
the
trying to
Super
call it
Bowl.
a
Yeah.
punch. I'm like, it was open palm, open
Yeah,
palm
open palm.
push. And
Well,
then
there was punches afterwards.
there was punches after, right? Yeah. But they were initially talking about this, and I was like, that was
Yeah.
open palm, just like get out of my face, dude. Like we
Well,
lost.
and then Branch got suspended again.
Branch got
right?
suspended
Yeah.
the game. Yep.
Yeah, which well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but Mahomes just trying to go a good game. He's like, no.
They'll probably
Yeah.
start just knowing Buffalo fans. They'll probably start like some donation thing, $200,000 to his favorite charity or something
Check
like
on
that. Yeah.
Branch's grandmother and see how she's doing. If she's not doing well, then Buffalo's going to support them.
Go fund
Yep.
me.
Now Buffalo does have a good fan base, especially when it comes to that kind of stuff. But speaking of Buffalo, didn't see this one either.
Oh,
Big loss to the Falcons, 24-14. Bijan, 140
Even Drake
yards in
London.
the first half.
yeah.
Drake London
He
should have
almost had a touchdown.
had two.
Thank God he did
Two
not, because I would have
touchdowns.
fucking lost my damn matchup in
Yeah.
fantasy. I was sitting there with it. I was
big
like,
ass feet.
that his foot went out of bounds. I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, it's still a second half to go, but if that touchdown happened, I could have lost. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Allen has not looked good the past 2 weeks.
No.
No.
I know, obviously, he was the MVP frontrunner after 3 weeks, but
It seems like they haven't even been trying to run the ball though. Like just watching glimpses of the game last night, like James Cook was not featured at all. It's like,
Well, they're
all right,
down early, so they.
but
Plus,
I mean,
he
really
did his
run it.
whole held in thing. Like he didn't really work out during the training camp. So I don't know if that usually bothers some guys when they don't do that.
I just want you guys, if I ever say that I'm taking Josh Allen or James Cook in the anytime touchdown parlay, just tell me no.
okay.
Because I'm tired of betting on those fucking guys.
Yeah.
Because whenever I bet one of them, it's Josh Allen. If I bet Cook, Josh Allen gets 3 rushing
So,
touchdowns.
Speaking
If
of
I
which,
bet Josh Allen, James Cook gets 3 rushing touchdowns.
so for the Buffalo game, I took Kincaid. Well, I didn't realize he was out like a non-starter for the oblique.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
when I'm watching the game, I'm looking at it. And I'm like, white tight end receiver, 80 something. I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm watching it from like 4 lanes away.
Yeah.
I'm like, that might be right. Let me look. And then I'm looking at it. I see it's like it's Knox. And I'm like, did I take Kincaid or Knox? So I had to go back and look at the thing, and I saw that Kincaid was out. So obviously got voided. But
That announced it right before the game started, I think, though. So, yeah.
But I missed that one. But and to round out week 6, the Bears were able to get a little revenge on the Commanders with a 25-24 win in Washington. So
Crazy fumble at the end there.
yeah, I mean, as an Eagles fan, if you're going to take anything out of this week, is that every team in the division lost,
Except the Giants.
except for the Giants, obviously. But
the worst one got the
worst one got the win, right? And
gained the game.
the other thing you look at just over the last 2 weeks, there's so much parity in the NFL right now.
It's crazy.
I mean, you look at some of these losses that you wouldn't see. I mean, we saw Atlanta get their asses kicked by Carolina a couple weeks ago,
nothing.
and then they come out and beat what would be a Super Bowl favorite in the Bills. You see Dallas lose to Carolina. No one thought Carolina would even have 3 wins this year, and they're at 3-3. And there's a lot of teams that there's not like. I like the Buccaneers, but we beat the Buccaneers. Like they're beatable. Like the Colts, they're winning, but I think they're also a very beatable team.
Right, it's sustainable for them to do.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They're also, I think,
I think that's
benefiting
just
from just a bad division.
non-trusting
And
of Daniel Jones though too, I think is
Yeah.
why.
yeah, and Jonathan Taylor's having an amazing year.
Yeah.
It's like you look at like the Broncos look like they could be a team, but they only scored 13 points against the Jets.
Yeah.
And then the
And
Chiefs, they're
the Chiefs look like they're back. And it's
Yeah.
like,
I mean, they get any kind of momentum, they're just gonna sail right
yep.
into it.
So I think it's wide open this year. I mean, and even talking about the Lions, like the Lions look like they were going to be running away, just dropping
Yeah.
50 on everybody. It seemed, and they go and play an actual contending team for the Super Bowl, and they lose 30-17. So I think, this year it's only 6 weeks in. So I think, who can survive injuries, who can get on a little run here. Like we talked about it before. Last year, the Eagles were 2-2 going into their bye, and then they turned it on. They got away with a couple lucky wins, but they were able to kind of get some momentum.
Yeah.
So how many of these teams kind of ride that momentum? And, maybe it is the Chiefs again, and they just go on a tear, getting Rice back, getting Worthy back, getting healthy. Obviously look like shit in the first part of the year, but
Yeah.
now you're getting everybody back. What does that look like? So
Yeah. I mean, it's just good luck to those that are still out there in their Survivor League. It's got to be the most.
Oh God,
like,
yeah. It's
annoying
like
time.
if you've made it through
If you've
this,
made
like
it this far,
kudos to you.
yeah, great job, but
Yeah.
good luck.
So I actually had so I'm in a picks league through my work or whatever. I didn't even make picks last week, and I don't even know if I would have won any. I ended up missing it or
Well,
whatever.
I can tell you the picks that we've had. So
Yeah, I was gonna say go over the last. Go
let's
over
go
week
through
five
week
first.
5.
Yeah.
Brian and Brock both went 6-8, and I went 5-9.
Ouch.
So yeah, tune in for your sports updates and picks from us. Last week we did better. Brian, you went 9-5. Brock went 10-4. I went 7-7.
Okay. So what's
So
that? Bring the.
So the total so far. So Brian's still leading at 57-33. Brock, you're in third with 53-37, and I have 54-36.
I'm only one game behind you.
Yeah, so we're kind of evening out here. Brock and Brian, the only pick you guys had different last week was the Washington Bears game.
Yeah.
So
I got the Bears right.
Brock got that one right. Brian missed that one, but so we'll see what we got for week 7.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into that, and then actually let me go into fantasy real quick. And
Remember
then we'll
that
jump
week that
back
I was
into,
15-0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick, right?
So far ago. So let me go into fantasy real quick, just so we can cover weeks 5 and week 6, and then we'll jump into picks for next week. So fantasy wise, in the Fraud Street podcast, week 5, I ended up playing Adam. Came out with a close victory, 157-151, which brought me to 3-2 at the time, I believe. Brock, you beat.
I played D plus draft grade. I
Yep.
won 183
Damn,
to 122.
kicked
There you
the
go.
Yeah.
shit out of him. And then Cam, you ended up taking a loss here against Jeff, 127.86 to 108.22.
Yeah, my team stinks. A plus draft grade didn't account for Tyreek Hill blowing his entire leg out.
Yeah, I could get to that in a minute too, because so moving into week 6, I ended up having a terrible week. I was playing Mike. I ended up losing 99-77.
Yikes.
Absolute brutal
that's,
week.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I think in this one, Jefferson was on bye, but
oh, yep.
Ridley was hurt. He only had 2.8.
AJ didn't play. You had
Cook
AJ
had
too.
8. Brees Hall had 5. Andrews had 6. So just
Yeah.
not a good week. Goff had 20, but nothing. I also didn't put my Eagles in time. So Goddard on my bench with 31. AJ Brown with 14. So
Oh, nice.
that was tough to look at Friday morning when you're checking fantasy. I'm like, God damn it.
For me, I played Turd Ferguson. I lost 167 to 123,
Yeah. So just
despite having 35 from Njigba.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had 36 from Pickens, 23 from May, 36 from A Chain. Like, just yeah.
Cam, you had a tough one, bud.
Yep.
So you lost to Kevin 103.38 to 103.1.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you think when you have Josh Allen and a 20-point lead versus Caleb Williams, Bears defense, Buffalo's,
Yeah, Chicago defense,
and there was another player out there, and I thought I was fine because Josh Allen is
Josh Allen. Yeah.
MVP of the league, and no, he got outplayed by Caleb Williams. So
Yep, and he had Algier.
yeah, Algier, yep, and he got that touchdown.
So Williams ended up scoring 20, Algier scored 10, and Chicago defense had 9, and you got 19 out of Allen. So,
Need more out of my QB there.
No, yeah, 100%. And
Jalen's moved up.
moved up to the starting roster.
No,
So
Jalen's moved up in the top 5 rankings.
ah,
That's Josh
yeah,
Allen.
yeah. So that brings the standings to Mike's currently in first with a 5-1 record, 757 points for. Brock, you're in second, 860 points, points for 4-2. Cam, you're down to fifth now, 4-2 with 730 points.
Yeah.
And I am in eighth, 3-3, 747 points. So
And the projections after the draft had me only winning 3 weeks.
3 games.
Yeah.
You've already exceeded expectations.
There you
Did you
go.
put a bet on that or over?
I did not.
Ah,
Shoot
should've.
Yahoo an email.
I just
Yeah.
knew that I wasn't going to only win. I was like, I'm not going to lose only win that many.
No, I mean, honestly, like, I should have played, DJ Moore over Debo because Debo was questionable going into Monday night.
Yeah.
I had Kendrick Bourne on the bench. I think he had 20-something points. So, yeah, I just mismanaged the team. So,
I wasn't. I mean, I have Bourne.
Well,
I
clearly
wasn't
I did
sure.
too. I left,
Yeah.
which, you know.
I played Brock's guy Dobbs, and he got 9 or 10, I think. So,
All right. Well, let's get into week 7 predictions. So we'll start with Thursday night game. We have Steelers at Bengals. 4-1 Steelers against the 2-4 Bengals, who just added a big quarterback.
yeah.
Well, let's just say an old quarterback. So, who didn't look too impressive last week, honestly. You would think that, if
He
I
had
have
a
T.
week.
Higgins,
Yeah, 2
yeah,
touchdowns.
if I have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, I'd be slinging the damn thing, like just throwing it. Let's get some touchdowns here. Mostly because I had Chase in a touchdown bet, so I was like, all right, any day now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Steelers here. Just I don't see Cincinnati being able to keep up with them.
I'm also going to go Pittsburgh. I think their defense is just too good playing right, and even Aaron Rodgers is playing pretty well. He's not turning the
Yeah.
ball over. He's him and DK have had 4 weeks in a row scoring a touchdown, and then but also, did you see what Tomlin said about Flacco coming? They asked him how he felt about the trade, and he was like, "Doesn't make any sense why you said you wanted Flacco as your starter, and then you trade him to a division opponent that is struggling at that position, and you give them a starter." He was like, "Doesn't make any sense." But I don't. They asked him about it. He was like, "That's how I feel about it. It's just odd."
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I think Pittsburgh probably walks away with it, but I think it may be competitive. Just Joe Flacco with the fuck you to Tomlin.
I think most division games are.
With
Yeah.
especially with that division. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't anticipate it to be high scoring. But
no. Next game we have another Sunday morning game. We have the Rams at Jacksonville. Is this one in London? Also,
it's somewhere in Europe. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're running their whole European
trip.
tour.
Yeah.
Every single week now for international games.
So both teams are 4-2. We talked about it before. It's like the Rams tend to just not put up many points anymore.
They don't blow teams out.
Yeah. And the Jaguars are also kind of hit or miss. Like they show up against they beat the Chiefs earlier in this year, but then they lose last week. So
Yeah.
For this one, I am going to go with. Do you know what the injury update is on Nakua?
I haven't heard
Pretty
anything
sure
yet.
he'll be out. It's been. They said they think he's gonna miss time. Yeah, I don't know, but it was like a rib, like a chest injury. I think they haven't gave a distinction yet fully.
All right. So for my Tuesday prediction, I'm going to go Jacksonville, anticipating that Nakua's out.
So I'm gonna go Jacksonville also only because they tend to play pretty well overseas. Like they
It's
used
almost like it's a home field advantage.
for a while there, they were like the only team getting sent over there. So people were kind of like, "Hey, Jacksonville's like our home squad."
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I think because the Nakua injury and the Rams just like they're too inconsistent. So I'm gonna go Jacksonville.
I'm gonna go Rams. I just think
Got to catch up. Somehow.
Stafford's better than Trevor Lawrence.
So Nakua is uncertain.
Uncertain.
Ankle injury. Yeah. So no word yet.
So the next game we have is Saints at Chicago Bears. 1-5 Saints, 3-2 Bears. I'm gonna go Bears here. Not much to really add to it.
Yeah, I'm a good Bears as well. The Saints just had that one fluke win against the Giants. That was just two bad teams play each other. The Bears, they should just win that game. They're the better team, I think.
I think what we should try and get a petition going is the Saints to fire Kellen Moore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so
right.
we can get him back. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go Bears here as well. But yeah, New Orleans, go ahead and fire that coach, please.
Yeah, that'd be very nice, and then we can put Patullo back where he belongs.
Hey, we'll trade. We'll
Yeah,
even give you a
this
first
is
round
true.
pick,
Yep.
Damn.
first rounder, and Kevin Patullo for
Yeah,
Kellen
they don't
Moore.
even want to give up a first round
offer's
pick
on the
for
table.
Hendrickson. So the next game we have the 1-5 Dolphins going to Cleveland to play the 1-5 Browns. This game's
Yikes.
interesting. Yeah. This is one of the ones where I guess anytime touchdown, you probably go with Kane.
A-Chain.
A-Chain. He just does that to probably just be different. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins here. I don't trust anything offensively out of the Cleveland Browns.
So I'm gonna go Cleveland. Yep. I mean, their defense is solid. We talked about earlier, like the pair, like we just think there's a lot. Never know what's gonna happen. So I think with them being home, the Dolphins are also just bad.
Yeah.
They got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you see Tua's talking about they've had meetings and people were showing up late, and then another player goes like he was literally
The
5
players only
seconds.
meeting.
Yeah, no, he was 5 seconds late. Why are we even saying he was late? He was there. Like, yeah. So
Yeah.
they've been having some discourse on that
There's been a lot of bullshit just out of
whole thing. Yeah, Tua
like
just talks a lot at the press
Miami.
conference. Yeah.
But I mean, like, who was the player that came over? Well, I mean, obviously we got Vic Fangio from Miami, but it was just like it seemed like the players just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyreek Hill made that pretty clear that he didn't give a fuck.
He was like smiling when he's like, I
Yeah.
tore my knee, but I don't have to play for this team anymore.
Can't
Like,
feel my toes,
yeah.
but I'm
but I don't have to
no
play for
longer
them.
playing with Tua.
Tua's not my quarterback anymore.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I'm gonna go Cleveland as well. I think Myles Garrett's gonna take Tua out, and
Yeah, did you see what Myles Garrett
who was
said?
the backup? I don't know.
Oh, Shador is sorry, Tua. Sorry, and you mean in Miami?
Yeah, is it still?
Shit, who is their backup now? Was it Skylar Thompson or something like that? Was the last
he was
year?
there.
Is it
Yeah,
still him? It might still be him.
I just think
Yeah.
Cleveland's defense is gonna. This game may be under 10 points total.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Garrett did make a
13-10.
comment.
Yeah,
He was like, "I'm tired of losing the same way," and he's basically saying like the offense is just doing nothing. He's
Shit,
like,
yeah.
"We're shutting
Yeah.
people down, and they're doing nothing to get us
Yeah.
to get us there."
Well, you have 5 quarterbacks in your room, and none of
Hey,
them are good.
Shador's number 2 now, though. They
Yeah,
can
he's
stop
moved
worrying
up.
about that bullshit anymore.
moving up in the world.
God, every week they were like, "Oh, how do you feel about being the third quarterback?" I'm like, "Why are we talking to the third quarterback? Like,
Yeah,
he's the
exactly.
emergency starter. Who cares? Like, stop talking to him."
Next game we have the 4-2 Patriots going to the 1-5 Titans. I don't see any way the Titans. I mean, new coach.
It's is
Less
it
than-
McCoy? Who was the? They just named him as interim.
It's like
It
whoever
was a
the OC
former.
was.
Yeah,
I'd seen the name. It's not a name I recognize.
It
Well, it
wasn't
makes
Mike-
sense because their offense
Mike
has been
McCoy
so
that was
good.
the Chargers coach. I don't remember who they did.
Yeah. Regardless, I'm going New England.
I'm going New England too. It's no contest. Vrabel's gonna have the revenge. Just they're gonna put up 50 probably on that
Mhm.
team.
Yeah,
good point.
Mike McCoy.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah, is the
He's been around.
Yeah. Obviously McCoy, sick last name.
Yeah.
Probably terrible coach, so I'm gonna go New England. as
We've
well.
had a lot of losses the last 2 weeks, so welcome to the loss club, McCoy.
Yeah,
Like I said, their ass.
they are ass.
Next game we have the 2-4 Raiders going to the 3-3 Chiefs. Chiefs are on a roll. KC.
Yep. KC home. They're home. They're just this division. They're gonna. And Mahomes is getting all his pieces back. He looks like he's playing very well. He's confident. So I see that a win.
I'm going Kansas City as well. I mean, obviously, impressive past couple weeks. Raiders are the Raiders. Gino's probably going to throw 3 picks.
Yeah.
And Chiefs just win.
Yeah. How much longer do you think Gino has for?
I mean, was it Kenny Pickett backing him
Yeah,
up?
it's Kenny Pickett.
Like,
Yeah.
what's the difference at this point?
Yeah.
Super Bowl winning Kenny Pickett.
Honestly,
Yeah.
they should be trying to fight with the Titans for. Well, I guess the Jets as well.
The Jet
for the 1
for
seed.
the one
Yeah,
seed,
the
Yeah.
number 1 pick. Like it's you're fighting for draft spot at this
Capital,
point because Genty's been playing very well lately.
Ever since he's
Brock,
changed his
Brock
stance back.
Bowers was great
Oh,
last
yeah.
year. So if you get a quarterback to come out,
Now is he tipping plays with his stance? Like
No,
is he
he-
leaning
I
down
don't
for
know what
passing plays to get ready to
it's
block?
so weird that like he's just like, okay, I'm gonna stand up straight. Fuck y'all. And then now he's just like, I'm gonna score every day now. I'm like, what is
Well,
the whole deal with that? Like,
see if they have to fire Chip Kelly or Chip Kelly's probably demanding him to be traded for disobeying.
and also too, what's Pete
his
Carroll
orders.
got left? I mean, 70 something years old. I mean, I know they let that's why he got Gino because it's his guy. But it's like
Yeah.
this is not working. like
Right.
and they got nothing on. Brock Bowers is hurt all the time now, so they got nothing on receiver end because Myers wanted out beginning of the year, and now he's there, but they're not doing much with him. So
Right.
it's a whole it's just not a good team.
Well, it's kind of what we talked about before. It's like, what the hell is Seattle and Oakland doing this
Yeah. Oh, just swap.
offseason?
Yeah.
And it seems like it's working out for Seattle, not
So
so much
far, yeah.
for Oakland. So,
No.
or Vegas, whatever
Big,
the
yeah,
fuck they are.
yeah.
I'm just going to resort back to kind of what I grew up with. So there's still the Redskins.
Yeah,
There's still, the San Diego Chargers.
He
And
didn't say. He didn't mean that, guys. He didn't say.
so, all right, which leads us to, our game. We have our 4-2 Eagles going to Minnesota to, 3-2 Vikings. I believe Mr. Wentz is going to be starting this one, or have we heard?
So
one or the
there's
other?
It's
been
still up in the
murmurs
air.
that McCarthy could be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Wentz,
Wentz is going to ball
but-
the hell out if he plays.
I mean,
He's going to.
it's a
I think
Dorian
there's
Ringo. It's a
As I
Dorian.
say, it's another big injury that we're worried about more so than Carson versus McCarthy. It's Quinyon going to be out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, is Jalen going to play?
yeah.
Because
I would assume Jalen plays because he had a week and a half, but I don't know what the extent of Quinyon's injury is, and I don't know if
They've not really
announced
said it.
anything
Yeah,
yet.
they just
and it's like you got Justin Jefferson out there, you
And
have
Addison.
Addison,
Yep.
you have Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Naylor is another
So,
receiver. Yeah, so.
It's they have some weapons there, and Carson's going to be, if he plays, he's going to be playing at his best, just because, hey, this is the team that let me go.
Yeah. They started.
Well, I mean, the last time he started against us, though, we whooped his ass when he was a commander. That's the last time he started against us. So, like, I mean, there could be shakes of that. Maybe we could, if Carter plays.
I don't think they're the same teams, though.
But they're not. That D line is not the same as it was then. Yeah. So,
but yeah, we'll see. I mean, at this point, I don't know what we're going to get offensively. I mean, it seems like they only show up for a half, and who even knows what that half's going to look like. So I'm going to go Minnesota here.
I'm actually gonna go Minnesota as well because I'm just too concerned about the secondary. I just don't. I just think if Wentz plays like he's had some flashes this year of having some good throws, especially with having Justin Jefferson receiver. If I think he can pretty much get it done, especially if we come out like we've been. If we come out that same way, it's just it's chalked right away.
So you wouldn't have traded a Phillies win
I love this
for
an Eagles loss, and now
you're picking against them.
Carson.
I picked Denver to win. I got that right. I've been, but like I said, I'm just saying I could see it happening.
It's just the Giants. He is
the Giant that pissed me off because it was the Giants.
That sets the bar.
Yeah,
so
it's like it's the fucking Giants.
I'm going Eagles. Someone here's got to back the Birds. Fuck Carson. He's going to make a bad play at the end of the game. I'm not saying that
Carson would be the whole reason, but I'm worried about Justin Jefferson.
Jalen's going to show up because he's probably also got something to prove too, right? Like everyone's been on his ass about how he's missing throws, how he's playing poorly.
Just hits a throw too. Maybe right.
And he's going against Carson. He was Carson's backup. I'm going to go with the Birds.
Good hold down for the pod.
Go Birds.
It's still go Birds. I'm always glad to get it wrong. I'm just trying to get, there's so much going on. I'm just like, if I get the pick right, I'm like, hey.
Yeah. Fantasy wins, fantasy win, right?
Yeah.
Very selfish, this guy is.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're watching the fucking Dodgers play the Brewers.
Yeah.
We could have went to the game on Saturday, Brock, if they would have won. You didn't even
well, you guys could have.
We could have.
Oh,
you might have had a ticket if you would have rooted for us. After your antics on Thursday, I'd have been like, I would rather have an empty seat than your fucking ass sitting next to me. I will eat that $200
like
whatever the damn
like I
ticket
said,
was.
though, I'm consistent. I'm just like, they pissed me off. We're not even get to that anymore. But
Well, Philly season's over. We'll talk.
Philly season's over. Yeah.
Right, so next game we have the 3-3 Panthers going against the 0-6 Jets. Are the Jets ever going to get a win?
I don't think it's this week.
I don't either. I think Rico Dowdle's been doing well. When's Chuba come back?
I have no idea. I don't think will he come back?
They still got him listed as questionable due to that.
Like, does he have the job when he comes back?
Right. I mean, you could kind of ride the hot hand. Yeah, even if he does come back. Yeah.
I mean, Chuba was good last year. Like when they got rid of McCaffrey,
they extended him too.
Yeah, he's been good. I think just
Dowdle's got 500 yards from scrimmage this past 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's a great fantasy stream for me in one league. I was like, hey, look at that. Like,
yeah, there you go. What'd you trade that one for?
Nothing. It was just
What
waiver.
loss?
I just got him
Yeah.
from
Game 1.
Game 1 loss for Rico Dowdle performance.
Okay, that's any trade I've done now. It's like,
It's
oh,
all
hey.
Phillies losses.
Yeah, it's like, I got
Oh,
at least I
what
got
was the
that.
Wheeler injury for, Brock? What'd you get out of that
man,
deal?
I sold my
Super
soul.
Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Panthers here.
I'm also. I just don't see Jets winning the game
Yeah,
for a while.
I think the Panthers, they're actually playing good ball. I
Yep.
think Dowdle's gonna keep going. Don't trust Justin Fields at all, so Carolina.
Yep, agree. 2-4 Giants against a 4-2 Broncos in Denver. Let's see. I don't see this one being very high scoring. I think it's going to be very similar to the last Broncos game of like 13-10, 16-10, something like that. I'm going to go Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going Broncos because they're home, and their defense is very good. So they might be able to shut down Wandale Robertson since we couldn't.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Giants just after how they played us and how Denver played the Jets. So, like, what have you done for me lately type deal?
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna go with the Giants in this one. I think the Broncos offense is not doing great, and I think maybe Scatterbo will just run some motherfuckers over and find his way in the end zone.
He's gonna have a concussion. He's gonna have brain damage.
Yeah, but
week 8 or
He
9.
will,
then
yeah.
you'll have the head coach
Dart
run in there and
also.
say we need him back.
Yeah.
But both of them, they're gonna
Yeah.
have both
Yeah.
of them. They'll probably run into each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And you'll have both
just
of them
knock
in the
each other out.
tent. Then you have Dable. It's like, all right, come on. I can't run Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston out at the same time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Giants there. See what happens.
All right. 5-1 Colts going to 4-2 Chargers. I think this game could be a really good one. I think this one might be one of my featured ones I watch in the basement this week.
Probably the game of the week, right? Is it 4:00?
It's 4:05.
Because it's
in-
You
it's in
have
LA.
two 4:25 games.
Commanders and Cowboys are probably the game of the week.
They'll be they'll be on the game of the week, but I will definitely have the Colts Chargers on. I think the Chargers are going to come in with a win here. I think at home, I like the way Herbert plays. I think their offense is going to put the Colts up against it to where they have to throw the ball and
Yeah.
rely on Danny Dimes and not so much Jonathan Taylor. So I'm going to go Chargers.
I'm gonna go Colts. I think I'm gonna ride. See if they can get another win. Keep going because it's early for them. Like I said, they not sustainable, but right now I think they still could do it. Because I mean, the Chargers had to come down to that great play that he
Yeah.
did to get the otherwise they were losing this week.
Against the
So,
Dolphins.
yeah, against the Dolphins nonetheless. Yep. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride Indy while they're hot. Quentin Johnston, I know he was making some really good plays early on for the Chargers. He was out this past week. So maybe he'll be back this week. I don't know yet. But I think Indy's they're playing good ball. They're winning games, they're finding ways, and yeah. See if Danny Dimes keeps it going.
Yep. So as we mentioned, Commanders going to Dallas to play the Cowboys. 3-3 Commanders, the 2-3-1 Cowboys. Can we go tie? Can we do no tie? Can Dallas just
40
call the
40.
ties?
Sure.
2-2-2.
I think in this one, Pickens has been on fire.
Yeah.
He's been playing so well. The Commanders, I mean, Jaden played very well yesterday. Didn't come away with a victory, but I thought he played well.
Oh, Bill cost him.
For
Yeah, didn't he have 2 fumbles?
Yeah,
Was
he
he the
did,
second
yeah.
fumble?
Yep.
for Eagles purposes and rounding everything out, I'm going to go Cowboys here to go 3-3-1, and the Commanders to go 3-4. Hopefully, you combo that with a bad pick by me, and the Eagles win. And we can kind of further put ourselves ahead of the rest of the division. So I'm going to go Cowboys.
So I'm gonna also go Dallas though because I mean they're home. Dak's been playing. Dak's been playing well.
Playing really
He's been
well, too.
they always put up points at home anyway. And like you said, Pickens is
Contrary
going
to the
crazy.
Denver, this thing's going to be very high scoring.
Yeah.
Where
Well, I was gonna say that with the Commanders though, Debo already didn't play much because of the heel, so you don't know if he's gonna be good or still have that same issue. McLaurin has not played the last 2 weeks, so don't know if he's coming back. And so we'll see. We'll see what's going on there with that. And that's how I think Dallas is going. Only is their home, so
Yep.
set up for that.
I'm gonna go Washington. Dallas losing to Carolina last week's worrisome.
All All right. The last of the 4 o'clock games, we have the 3-1-1 Packers against the 2-4 Cardinals in Arizona. I'm gonna go to the Packers here.
Yeah, I'm going Packers out. They're just a better team.
Yeah, I agree. Green Bay.
Yep.
Is Kyler hurt?
Call of Duty just got released, I thought, or
Battlefield,
Battlefield
something
6
like
got
that.
released. Yeah, Call of Duty's still a couple weeks. I think he's kind of injured. Oh no, what's his face played? Brissett played.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is injured.
But
Yeah,
is he coming? I guess we don't know yet.
we don't know about this
Brissett
week,
started last
but
week with
Brissett
that
did
McKenzie
play.
injury.
Yeah, yeah. Brissett didn't play
So,
terrible.
No,
but
he played well.
Yeah,
I
he played
thought.
well. Yeah.
yeah.
He's a good backup, service
He is.
backup
Yeah,
anyway.
he is.
Yeah.
He is a good backup.
Yeah.
And then Cam, who'd you go?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Gotcha. And then who'd you go, Brock?
I went Green Bay also.
We're all
we
Green
all
Bay.
Green Bay. Yep.
Cool. All right. So our 8 o'clock Sunday night game, we have the 3-2 Falcons against the 4-2 49ers in San Fran. I still don't trust the Falcons. After watching that performance against Carolina, I don't know if I'll ever trust the Falcons. I gotta go Niners here at home.
I'm gonna go Falcons because the Falcons' offense last night, they look good, and we know the Niners have more defensive troubles with Warner gone and stuff. So I think Penix can tear them apart a little bit, and then the run game for the Falcons is good. And if you're losing Warner, that's gonna hurt defending that. So I'm gonna go Falcons.
I'm gonna go Falcons as well. Not because I trust Penix, it's because Bijan Robinson's balling out right now. San Fran's got so many injuries. And if the Falcons defense can play well against Buffalo and Josh Allen, I think they could play well enough against Mac Jones.
Mac Jones and yep. So we have 2 Monday night games again this week. So we have 5-1 Buccaneers against the 4-2 Lions. So this is back-to-back Monday night games for the Lions, right?
No, they were Sunday night.
They were
Sunday
night.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were Sunday night.
5-1 Buccaneers, 4-2 Lions. I think the amount of injuries that the Buccaneers have, the Lions are going to bounce back, and I think they're going to beat the Buccaneers pretty handily. Actually, they're going to go Detroit.
I'm also going to go Detroit. I mean, they're home and stuff, and then like you said, the Bucs injuries are. I mean, if Ibuka doesn't play, that's a big issue for Baker. So I like the Lions on that one.
Yeah, I think the Lions are going to bounce back. This one will probably be pretty high scoring, I think, also. So
yep. And then the last of the Monday night games, we have the 2-3 Texans against the 4-2 Seahawks in Seattle. Seahawks have been playing well. Smith and Jigba has just been a monster. I think Sam Darnold is showing that he can play quarterback if you have weapons around him. He kind of did it last year with Minnesota, and he's kind of finding his way in Seattle as well. I'm going Seattle here.
Yeah, I still don't trust the Texans. I know they're coming off a bye and they can maybe have some stuff figured out. So maybe they'll surprise us and be better, but I just don't trust them. I like Seattle as well.
yeah, part of me wants to go Houston, but I'm going to go Seattle. Just they beat the Jags last week. Darnold's looking better than I cannot trust CJ Stroud.
Yeah. It's just too much to question on that one.
Maybe when Mixon gets back, I'll start to think that they'll win games, but I'm going to go Seattle.
Yep. So, all right. Well, that rounds out the picks. We'll see how we do this weekend. What I have a 3-game lead, 4-game lead on you guys?
3-game lead on me, 4 on Brock.
4 on Brock. Cool. So, yep, we'll see how that pans out. Moving into fantasy this week, I play Kevin. So, suck it, Kevin.
Right
now I'm projected.
Don't let Caleb Williams come back.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Let me set my lineup real quick.
Yeah.
No. And then
us two play each other, table mates.
Play each other.
Yep.
You guys. Are you guys gonna tie?
I mean, right now I'm projected 116, 105, but that's projections. So
yeah, I haven't. I'm projected 89 right now, but I haven't adjusted my roster.
You got Josh Allen on bye.
Yeah. So, yep, I'm not really worried about projections right now. We'll look at them later in the week. But
is that the league I have Darnold?
No, you have Trevor Lawrence right now.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence and Josh Allen. Oh, you already took him out.
I got Stafford and Love are my quarterbacks, but I got in Jigba, I got Genty, White.
These are brutal low projections. Usually, I'm used to seeing higher than, but
We're down a wide receiver position.
Might to trade my defense, but
oh yeah, that's
swap
right.
out my defense.
Comment that we made earlier in the year. Should have had 3 receivers.
Hey, we got kicker points though.
Hey, we do. That's pretty.
I like kicker points, yeah, especially when you have Aubrey.
Yeah.
So, yep. So I think this week we're going to go ahead and skip over any mailbag or socials, but we'll cover those over the upcoming weeks. As you know, we focus more on just football. We also have NHL and NBA kind of kicking off. I know NHL just started last week, and NBA is kicking off or tipping off. Let's just say that way.
I think it's
Next week, I believe. So we'll throw in some Sixers coverage, Flyers coverage, maybe a little Knicks coverage. We'll see what Brock trades for some wins there. So we'll keep tally of everything that Brock puts on the table. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode and get some joy out of our misery.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for listening. Cheers
guys.
everybody.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you.